Smith here tonight down at UMass Amherst at their Massachusetts softball field here for the Division 5 state final. And it's going to be a good one today. We have the Greenfield Green Wave, the number 2 seed, who's up against the Turner Falls Thunder, the 1 seed in the D5 state tournament. Mason Smith.
It's going to be one for the ages, Tom. I mean, this is a matchup that everyone in Western Mass has been waiting for. You always hope, as a resident of Western Mass, that at least one Western Mass team can get far in the state tournament, maybe to the finals, maybe win. But it's a long shot because, I mean, it's all of the funding that comes out of the East. It's usually going to be an Eastern school that takes the championship title. But here in Division 5, the smallest, the division for the smallest schools in Massachusetts, it's 2 Western Mass teams, and beyond that, it's 2 Western Mass teams in the same league. These are league rivals, Turners and Greenfield, and I mean, they've already played 2 times this year, and the favorites in this matchup have got to be Turners Falls. They've beat Greenfield twice already this year. One game was 5-0. The other game was a closer one, 3-2. But both of those games were wins for them. And for Greenfield, coming in as second to Turners this whole season, Tom. Second in the league. They finished second in the Franklin West League. And they, in previous years, have finished second to them quite a bit. And these are both serious softball dynasties, really, at this school. Turner's coming into this game defending champions, trying to go back-to-back. And Greenfield, they were state champions back in 23. And so, I mean, they've met before in that 23 championship.
And Mason, let's talk about the fact that Greenfield last year, they would have been arguably the team to go face Turners if they didn't get knocked out in the round of 8. Now, I remember that game because I was at that game, just going to watch. And, you know, that's the thing about these sports. You never know when you may lose. And for Turners to go up against the 2 powerhouse teams, it's going to be interesting. Not only because these 2 teams faced already twice, not even because they're the same league. Because you know what, Mason? It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. Yeah. And me and you have done games where Frontier, for example, boys baseball got knocked out by a team they beat twice. During the regular season. It is a challenge for this baseball and softball especially.
I mean, it goes back to what we've been saying all season, Tom, with the at-bats in games. Once you get to the 3rd and 4th at-bats in the game, that's when players start to figure out the pitchers. And once you get to the 3rd or 4th time that these teams have faced each other, they've started to figure out their game plan and how the coach operates, even though, I mean, these are 2 of the best coaches in the state, certainly in Western Mass. Gary Mullins, he's in his 44th year. He's one of the great coaches, just hit his 800th career win this season. Phenomenal. And, I mean, I can't even count on both of my hands how many times he has taken this Turners Falls team to the state tournament and gone far beyond that.
And Mason, guess what? This is a rematch for the Western Mass final. Greenfield won that game. I solo produced that game. That was so much fun. We're here not live, unfortunately, today, but we have 6, count them, 6 cameras. We have me on the laptop doing the scoring, and we got Mason rolling with play-by-play. We got Kevin Murphy out in center field operating the outfield camera, and we're combining with, for this broadcast, Turners Falls TV. Because that's what's giving us, and that's how really is what is important, because, you know, something like this where you go to the state finals, you can't always find these games covered because there's just not a system in place. And for us to be here, I thought that we had covered our last game together. And I think you did too.
I did.
And just last night I was like, or the other day when Greenfield won, I was like, all right, let's get this together. Because this is the game where this is really our final. We'll call it he may come back for one or two.
Yeah,
you
next
never,
year.
you never know.
Certainly,
It's never,
certainly the final one for this year. I mean, we're talking
Yeah,
about a
yeah.
championship game, so.
Yeah, we just don't know. The good thing about Mason here is he's always welcome back. I mean, we're a volunteer. We're
That's
always
true. That's
we're a
true.
nonprofit, and that's what's great about FCAT. And for us to come out and do this game, it's just I don't get a ton of time for everybody to listen. Like to have Mason here and have me here and Murphy here, this is what FCAT's all about.
Yeah, it is.
So.
And here at Sortino Field at UMass Amherst, they're giving out the starting lineups here on the third base line and the first base line. Designated home team with the higher seed is Turner's Falls, and we're going to go down to the field now for those starting lineups. Division 5 state final on its way in just a few minutes. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television.
Now, let's meet today's participants. First, the designated visitors, the Greenfield Green Wave seed number 2 in the state championship tournament. First for reserves, number 13, Hayden Pienta. Number 7, Charlie Rivera Fellows. Number 23, Addie Connolly. And number 10, Sarah McLeod. Here are your starters for the Green Wave, leading off. The shortstop, number 15, Aaron Kawa. At third base, number 29, Olivia LeMay. In the circle for the Green Wave, the pitcher, number 5, Kenzie Collins. In center field, number 1, Gloria McDonald. At second base, number 9, Grace Laurie. At first base, number 19, Carson Farrell. And left field, number 14, Sophia Rekowitz. Catching for the Green Wave, number 25, Madison LeMay. In right field, number 12, Bianca Reynolds. Green Wave coached by Ray Dodge. And now, for the number 1 seed, Turner's Falls Thunder, the reserve, number 6, Josephine Hayman, number 9, Kaya Adams, number 11, Autumn Lamare, number 13, Ava LaRue, number 15, Maya Reed, number 17, Shelby Beck, and number 24, Ivy Lopez. Here are your starters for the Thunder. Leading off, number 14, the catcher, Mia Maravilao. In the circle for the Thunder, number 5, Maddie Ramazanian. In left field, number 7, Marilyn Abarua. At first base, number 12, Janelle Massey. At third base, number 16, Autumn Thornton. In right field, number 2, Madison Dietz. At second base, number 10, Addison Talbot. At shortstop, number 4, Amelia Galway. The designated player for Turner's Falls is number 8, Madison Hicks. And in left field for the Thunder, number 3, Mackenzie Stafford. The Thunder is coached by Mr. Gary Mullen. Umpires for today's game are Wayne Coe, Dave Douglas, and Brian Baxter. And now, would you all please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome to Frontier Community Access Television. Tom Albert, Mason Smith on the mics tonight. Kevin Murphy, executive producer, out in outfield right now. We got 3 cameras for FCAT, 3 cameras for Turner's Falls, and you got me on the laptop, as well as Bear Country right next to us. And, you know, we're going to get this underway. Started with Anna Bacala up to bat for the Wave.
That's a lot of confidence coming into this game from both teams, Tom. I mean, they have had some pretty exciting moments through the whole season, but the confidence is coming not just from their hitters, it's coming mostly from the circle. This is going to be a pitching battle, pure and simple. 2 of the best pitchers we have seen all year, 2 of the best pitchers in the state, period. Kenzie Paulin going to be starting in the circle for the Green Wave, and who we're going to be seeing coming into the circle here for the Turner's Falls Thunder, their senior ace pitcher, Maddie Limatainen, had a huge milestone that she reached earlier this year, as long as many other milestones that her team has reached, as well as Kenzie Paulin has reached. And that's, I mean, the milestones and the achievements of both of these teams, even just in this year, have been ridiculous, and that's a huge reason why they are here in this tournament final today, as Maddie Limatainen taking from the circle, taking a moment to just take this all in, Tom.
Now, Mason, let's talk about right now what my prediction is. Whoever scores first. Now, don't get me wrong, right? I think that could be a factor, but also once you get into, like we talked about all season long, all season long, once you get to your 3rd and 4th at bat, you're gonna, these teams are hungry for the win. Turner's is looking for revenge, and Greenfield wants it just as bad, because this is a battle, like you said, for the ages. This is one of the best 2 pitchers in the circle for both teams, and it's going to come down to who can get the bats going first.
And it's also going to come down to the mental game of the pitchers and their catcher that they rely on. This is a great pitcher-catcher duo for the Thunder. 2 seniors, 2 captains. They've been with each other for years. And, I mean, this is who you want to rely on. If you're Gary Mullins, you've been doing it for 44 years. You've seen a lot of great players at Turner's. And this is who you want starting for your team in the state finals to try and go back-to-back for the Green Wave. I mean, it's a similar situation as well. Madison LeMay going to be the catcher opposite Kenzie Paulin. But now we're having the meetings from the outfielders meeting in their small group in center field. And at the circle, now they break. The Thunder getting ready. There's Limatainen again. Looks up to the sky, and now she readies herself as she puts her mask on.
I mean, Mason, I'm going to be honest. I'm not even on the field, and I feel the energy.
It's a nervous energy and an anxious energy. Anna Bacala stepping into the box, and we'll see the first pitch from Maddie Limatainen. She winds, delivers, and it's going to be a high ball, the first pitch of the game, and we're underway here at UMass Amherst. Third base playing in for a potential short ground ball. Here's the second pitch.
Oh,
that one's going to be chopped. A blooper caught for the first out.
Nice heads-up play there, Mason, by the shortstop, Amelia Galbraith.
And we are familiar with all of these players, Tom. I mean, we covered Frontier the whole year, and this is 2 teams from Frontier's league that have made it to the finals. I mean, if you want to talk about a tough league that Frontier is in, this is the company that they have to compete against.
Frontier I think they came in 3rd in their league. Right?
Yeah, they did.
And, you know, you got the 1 and the 2 right here, Mason. I mean, Frontier realistically should be a D5 school. But we'll talk about that later as Olivia LeMay steps in the box after the 0-1 count.
Took that first strike looking. This is the third baseman. She's going to chop that one back high over the backstop. We just got the nice netting behind home plate here today. That's where we're stationed, right to the left of home plate. So we got a great view here today. Best view we've had
finally
all year.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
This is a treat, to say the least, Tom.
This is where I want to be. I mean, this is where we want to be. So low.
That's going to be ball 1-2 the count. And for LeMay and Greenfield, these early at-bats against Lima Tynan are huge. I mean, we talk about mental game in so many sports. Baseball and softball might be the most mental sport of all the ones that we cover. Just the mind game of the pitcher, batter, back and forth. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be chopped over. Fielded by Galbraith.
Oh, nice.
Whoa! And she's going to second.
Get down. Oh, nice.
No throw.
Nice. That's a huge error right there, Mason. That is really good job on a tough count there. And what do you know? Like you just said, you spoke it into existence, Mason.
That was Galbraith, who just got the earlier out on a blooper grab. Now she makes an error, first error of the game.
Now it's Kenzie Pollen, as I said, Mason. Mano y mano. I always say it, pitcher versus pitcher. This is the bat you look forward to right now.
That one's popped up, gonna be shallow left.
Nope.
And it's caught by Mackenzie Stafford.
Yeah, you heard her calling that ball.
She did.
All the way in. So good job by her, because that is very important. Now we've seen drop ball coming as we go.
Oh yeah, I mean, we talked about, what was it, 2-3 years ago now? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what game I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Western Mass Finals for baseball against Smith Vogue.
Smith Vogue would have won that game. And guess what? We recruited Roscoe Palmer.
Yeah, I mean, talk about an outrageous choke job. But here's Gloria McDonald, the center fielder. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position on second. That's Olivia LeMay. She takes ball 1 low, just about at her knees. We haven't seen a very long at-bat so far. It's only the top of the first, but I mean, that's when you really, if you want to talk about mind games, that is the epitome of it. You talk a full count pitch,
Yeah.
that is going to be what makes or breaks some of these moments in this game. 1-0 pitch on its way. Nice backhand grab, and the third out is there. Top of the first is over. 4 batters up, and the runner stranded on second after the error by Galbraith at short. But it remains scoreless after the first 3 outs are booked by Lima Tynan and the Thunder. Now we will see Kenzie Pollen and Green Wave come onto the field top.
Yep, and let's just quickly thank our sponsors. Overhearing Services located in 33 Riddell Street, Greenfield, Massachusetts. You can give my mom a call at 413-774-0100 and go visit her in her office. You know, they do a good job there. You know, I've gotten my ears clean. As well as, you can get custom earplugs as well. And they're very good because there's one thing in life you never get back is hearing loss. So another one is Holiday Pizza. Not here with us today, but here with us all year. Here in spirit. I'm eating Imaginary Pizza right now. They do a great job. They're located in South Deerfield, Massachusetts. Sugarloaf Hair Clips, located in South Deerfield, Massachusetts. You can go over, or Sugarloaf Hair Studio. You can give Kim and Rachel a visit. Kim's been cutting my hair personally since I was 2 years old. So go visit Kim and Rachel in Deerfield. Another one is Gilmore Farrell Insurance. They specialize in commercial and personal insurance, as well as Terrazas, located at Greenfield Country Club. Go visit a boss at Greenfield Country Club. As well as Bard Ceilings. Give Craig Berry a call. He's personally a great guy. I know him, live with him, and just a great guy all around. And then I don't think I'm missing anymore.
Did you say Zach's?
Zach's Barbecue. Yes, Zach's
yesterday.
Barbecue. Mason had it yesterday. Zach's does a great job, and I'm glad we have the sponsors we do because they really help us out, and really it is giving us more funding for the kids.
Yeah, and the great equipment that we have here. Really fortunate to have all of the support from the community. And for Turner's Falls, their leadoff hitter is going to be Mia Marigliano, the catcher. And on deck, Maddie Lima Tynan. You talk about the catcher-pitcher duo there, Tom. I mean, they're going right next to each other in the batting order. That speaks a little bit to the connection that they have on the other side of the field, not defensively, but offensively, where they can support each other with their bats. But for Kenzie Paulin, coming into this game, we weren't able to find any stats on Turner's Falls, but a 0.8 ERA
What?
for Kenzie Paulin on the season. I'm not kidding.
That is ridiculous.
It is insane to think about.
That is ridiculous. Now, the stats for Greenfield, they always make the post. So, there we go, Mason.
First pitch from Paulin. It's going to be a high ball, mirroring the first pitch that we saw from Maddie Limatainen. And so, I was going to say that we have something that we haven't seen very much in softball for Turner's Falls batting order, and that's a designated hitter, Tom. At the bottom of their order, Madison Haight, the DH, that's a swing and a miss for strike one against Merigliano.
Yeah, Mason. So, with the DH, you can also have an EH. So you can bat your pitcher and have an extra hitter. That's another thing you can do. But this is going to be really, she just took a step in front of the box, so.
That is strike two.
Paulin's got a lot of off speeds, and she knows how to place the ball. So that is something you have to be careful and mindful of when you're in that box. And that's why, realistically, the second and third at bat, even fourth, is where you pull your pitcher.
Yeah. Likely won't see that here today. But here's the 1-2. That's fouled back. Staying alive is Merigliano. And here we get into the mind games. You're facing a strikeout potentially, and you're trying to put the ball in play. And you don't want to take a strike three looking. That's the last thing you want to do as the leadoff hitter for your team in any situation, especially in the state finals where this will be your last game at Turner's Falls if you're Merigliano, a senior. And here's the 1-2 again. That's a swing and a miss. Struck her out the first K of the day with the first batter up for Kenzie Paulin.
That's the way to start it, Mason. Striking out Merigliano like that, way to do it. Wow.
Now we'll see Maddie Limatainen. If you want to talk about the mind games, which we have a lot, Tom, this is a big mind game. The pitchers going in against each other. They've studied each other's game, I'm sure. But this is Maddie Limatainen at the bat. Kenzie Paulin delivering the first pitch of the at-bat. That one's going to be cracked over for an easy grab at third.
That was a nice easy. So what that was is off from Limatainen, she's smiling and going back to the dugout. She got the front of her bat, and it was an off-speed pitch.
Yeah. Now this is a big hitter for the Thunder. This is Marilyn Abarua, who got them to this game. At the bottom of the eighth, she had a walk-off single to get them here and win in that bottom of the eighth inning in the semifinals game. She takes ball one high. This is the center fielder for the Thunder. And for that designated hitter I was talking about, Tom, she's hitting today, Madison Haight hitting for Mackenzie Stafford, the left fielder. So that's a coaching decision. We don't know the statistics and the backstory to that, but that one's going to be chopped back into the backstop. 1-1 the count. 2 outs away for Abarua. She's used to this situation, as we just said. The pressure of the bottom of the eighth, hitting that walk-off to send them to this game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the best way to do it.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Paulin. High ball 2.
Paulin's missing early here, but she's just got to lock in a little bit, take a deep breath, and I'm sure she'll throw a strike right now. If she doesn't, it'll be 3-1.
Ahead in the count is Abarua. 2-1 pitch coming from Paulin. Swing and a miss. It's strike 2.
Sometimes you just gotta laugh.
And sometimes, I mean, like, that's a situation where later on in the game, if the hitter is expecting that and has figured out the pitch pattern from the pitcher, so that one's fouled back, comes down off of the backstop. That's gonna end up being a hit more likely than not, because of just how many times you've seen the pitcher, like we've been talking about.
Yeah, and Mason, another thing that's lovely about this field, and that Frontier needs to be able to both their field, is create this sort of net thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many baseballs are lost, softballs even go over the fence, you know, and it honestly damaged some cars. So you know,
That is going to make it a full count, Tom. Kenzie Paulin not happy about her delivery there. She walks back behind the circle. A few practice swings here from Marilyn Abarua.
she's being careful of how she pitches to her.
Yeah, she's got an opportunity to go 3 and out here in the bottom of the first. Huge chance. That's a good move right there.
Trying to throw Kenzie off.
Ice the pitcher a little bit.
Actually kissing the bat there. Going to kiss the bat.
Yeah. 2 outs, no one on base. Payoff pitch on its way from Kenzie Paulin. She winds.
Deal.
Fouled off. Staying alive is Abarua. Timeouts seem to work a little bit in her favor. An aggressive approach here on deck for the Thunder. If a walk or a hit is delivered here from Abarua is Janelle Massey, first baseman.
I believe, Mason, this might be the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
Sounds right to me. Payoff pitch for the second time. Here's Paulin from the circle. That one's going to be a ground ball. Gets through to left field, and it's going to be a single. She stays.
What an at-bat by Marilyn Abarua. Gets on a 3-2 pitch. 8th pitch of the at-bat.
Now Janelle Massey getting some advice from one of her coaches there before she steps into the batter's box here. Massey hitting in the 4 spot for the Thunder. Now has a runner on first and 2 outs behind her.
Gotta be careful pitching to her.
Hard ground ball, foul.
Almost a nice play by the third base coach there. And Mason, so another thing is you got to be careful when, especially these grounders, you got to tell your defense, hey, we got to get that next time.
Yeah.
You got to move and adjust for the next at-bat.
Absolutely. That was a great placement of the ball by Abarua. And I mean, like you said, defense needs to adapt, but it was just a great offensive play. As it's an 0-1 count to Massey. She takes ball 1, going to second, and the throw isn't there in time. Skipped over the glove of Bucala as well, but was covered up by Lowry, the second baseman. Second base is stolen here by Abarua, playing an aggressive game here in the bottom of the first. 1-1 the count.
That is a huge steal right there. Same position that Greenfield's in right now, but will Turners be able to capitalize and get that run in?
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Big lead taken there by Abarua at second. She's looking, I mean, she's a fast runner, Tom. She's looking to come home and score early if the ball is put in play. 2 outs, she's running on contact.
Yeah, 2 outs. We always used to say when I played, base hit scores a run if you're at second base.
Yeah.
It's fast.
1-2 the count, 2 outs, runner at second. Here's Paulin.
No! Wow! Wow, Mason. They get out of it by Kenzie Paulin on the mound. And we go to the top of the second there from a very, very crucial strikeout in a pivotal moment.
Another runner stranded, 1 apiece for each team in a meeting with Greenfield's coach, Ray Dodge.
2 strikeouts on the night already for her.
Some good defensive support for Lima Tynan at the top of the first, and in the bottom of the first, it's all Kenzie Paulin. You can see why she has such a low ERA on the whole season. And for Turners here, I mean, both of these teams, they have a lot of experience in this finals game. I mean, we talked about the dynasties that these two teams, these two schools have established with their softball teams. But for Turners, defending champs, extra added pressure there, Tom. I mean, Greenfield's trying to take back their title that they weren't able to get to the finals last season, as Turners ended up beating Georgetown, I think it was, 5-0 in the last year's finals game. And for Greenfield, last time they won that championship was 2023, so
yes.
Hasn't been any kind of drought for them. They've been here before, and some of the younger players, I'm sure, unfamiliar territory for them, but they've got the seniors on their team that can give them the experience. And speaking of those seniors, bit of sentimentality and bittersweetness with this game. This is the last game for the handful of seniors we're seeing played today on each team that they will play for their school and with their teammates, including, I believe, both of the pitchers. Is Paul a senior as well?
Yes, Paul is a senior.
So for both of these pitchers, it's a huge amount of just mental stress.
Yep. Grace Lowry. She's up to bat in a pivotal moment. She's the number 5 hitter for the Wave.
Strike one called. Great pitch on the first delivery from Lima Tynan to Lowry. Lowry, the second baseman.
This will be a battle of the seniors going up against each other in the circle.
That's a foul tip going back over the glove of Marigliano. 0-2 the count. And another, completely irrelevant, but another similarity. Both pitchers wearing number 5 today as well.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, this is a faded game, Tom. It feels that way.
It really does. And I'll say something after this, but
here's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a ball 1 high as Lima Tynan looking to cash her first K of the day. And this is a rivalry, Tom. We're talking about a faded game rivalry that spans generations between these two schools. Here's the 1-2. That's ball 2 high again.
Yeah, Mason, you can see Lowry. She's doing a good job of staying in that box. Good eye twice there in a row. She didn't swing at that bad pitch from Lima Tynan, and goes to show you still have some younger good players on the team.
Swing and a miss. He struck her out. First K for Lima Tynan, who is very used to getting those in many of her games, as we said, hitting that big milestone earlier in the season, and 1 out is away.
You can't control. Sometimes when it's coming in at like that, you chop at it. You swing at the high cheese. The best thing you can do is try to foul it off and put it in play and beat out the throw.
Yeah. Now this is Carson Farrell, first baseman. Takes strike 1. Lima Tynan might have found a rhythm here in the top of the second.
Yeah, but once she gets locked in, it's hard to get a hit off of her.
Yeah.
We know from when she hit that 1,000 strikeout with 2 outs or whatever, whatever it was. That's how the Hawks came back.
Yeah. That's going to be ball 1. Count evens itself out here after the high delivery from Lima Tynan. Technically no hits on the game so far for Greenfield, despite that runner that got on second. That goes down as an error. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That was a bit of a golf swing there, Tom.
Yeah, she got it with the off speed. She tricked it. So Carson Farrell, what's interesting about her, she actually took over for first base, one of the first basemen that used to play.
Yeah.
Very interesting, but, it happens.
Foul back into the backstop. Still 1-2 the count. As Marigliano goes to retrieve.
Not a lot of reserves for the Wave. They have 3. Yeah, they have 3. Maybe a couple more, but really only those 3 are the ones that are going to be put in. But here we go, Mason. 1-2 count.
Here's the pitch from Lima Tynan. Fouled back again, not over the backstop, and that was Farrell who was running it out on the third strike pitch. But she stays alive off of the foul ball. And I understand the fewer reserves. There's no real middle school players that could come up for them, but for returners, they have a couple middle school flex players.
Yeah, the middle school is not connected to the high schools.
Yeah.
For Greenfield. Oh,
that one's going to be sent in play, and it's
caught.
Nice diving catch. Look at the razzle-dazzle from Dietz in right field.
I really don't think she had to dive for that one, but
it looked like it was a little more of a stumble. She had to reach forward, and in case you couldn't tell from some of the color grading on the dirt, it's a bit of a wet field today. It was drizzling for most of the morning.
Yep, and the grass is cut short, but
This is Sophia Rotkowitz, left fielder. 7th batter in the order. Takes strike one. She leaned into it a little bit. Looked like she thought about it, but thought about it a little too late, maybe. It's an 0-1 count. 2 outs after 2 batters have faced off against Liimatainen. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's strike 2. 0-2 the count, as that was a late swing from Rotkowitz.
She wanted that one back, you could tell.
Yeah.
I mean, just obviously, she didn't really want to swing at that one, and Maddie Liimatainen, you can tell these 2 pitchers are going to play softball in college anyway, so.
That one is sent over in foul territory, and Rotkowitz, I think that on that last swing, not on that foul ball that she just grounded over, but for the previous pitch where she missed, I think that was less of a late swing and more she started to swing and she couldn't stop herself. She had already committed to it, and there was a bit of hesitation there mid-swing. But here's the 0-2 again.
Ooh.
That is going to be outside, 1-2.
That's what you meant to do. The first time. I mean, it's tough because once you're already committed and you go over the front of the plate, it's a strike.
Yeah. 1-2 the count. Here's the delivery. That one is going to be chopped foul. Some good connection right there from Carson Farrell, staying alive as she's 2 strikes behind in that bat. Still 1-2.
I fouled 2 pitches off already, so I believe it's the 6th pitch.
That sounds right. Liimatainen picking her pitch. She winds, delivers. That one's going to be ball 2. Zoran Lowen inside.
Ooh.
Throw over from.
Oh,
third
14
base.
and 14, Mason. The 2 numbers, she just saved her
Yeah.
first win. Yeah. It's all fun. I mean, these are 2
It is.
teams. This is a fun game at the end of the day.
Swing and a miss. She struck her out. 2 Ks now for Liimatainen, matching the 2 Ks for Kenzie Paulin. We'll see if Paulin can up the ante in the bottom of the 2nd.
Yep. 3 up, 3 down, Mason. And as we're listening to some Christmas music right now, we're not. It is almost half the way through, so we're almost halfway there. Oh, no, I mean, you know what? It is what it is. But you know, let's we'll take a break. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. Welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. John Albert, Mason Smith, and via the MIAA announcements, the interscholastic athletics teach many important lessons that extend beyond the sidelines. One such lesson is sportsmanship. Please help teach our students this important life lesson during and after the contest by cheering and supporting for good plays on both teams.
So the warm-ups are finishing here, Tom. As we come into the bottom of the 2nd, after it was a shutout top of the inning for Liimatainen and the Thunder, Kenzie Paulin and the Green Wave of Greenfield trying to match that feat here in the bottom of the 2nd. We're seeing Autumn Thornton up to bat here as the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 2nd for the Thunder. On deck is Madison Dietz, made that sparkling play in right field just a few minutes ago. And then Addison Talbot in the hole at second base. She'll be up regardless of what happens here in the second inning. That's ball one, high to Thornton.
Yeah, and we've heard these players. We've talked about these players, basically.
Yeah.
And, you know, sportsmanship is huge, especially at the high school level. So this is, everything comes to an end at some point.
That is strike one on a swing and a miss from Autumn Thornton. Paulin evens the count up 1-1. She already has 2 strikeouts on the day after just 1 inning pitching. Lee Matainen had the 2 in the top of the second. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be connected.
Nice.
Oh, it gets over the top of her glove.
Oh,
A base hit as it grazed the glove of Lowry at second.
that is huge. I mean, that's just unfortunate, and you can tell she's beating herself up. Now you got to reset. You got to try to get a double play here, Mason. You want to stop that.
That's
runner.
the mentality, yeah.
You got to stop the runner, and she may take out the second. I don't know, but
we saw the stolen base in the first inning from Abarua. Here's Dietz at home plate trying to show a bunt. It's a strike, and the runner stays at first.
I mean, it's just so tough when it's hit right to you. You need a bigger glove. You need an outfielder's mitt, honestly. I mean, that ball is huge for a reason.
Yeah. No outs, a runner on first, and she's showing bunt the whole way. Pulls back, strike 2.
They got a plan, Mason.
And, I mean, she's confused about it. She didn't move forward, but I think that the reason why the call was made was because she's right at the top of the batter's box. Her bat has crossed the plane, which is the first base line.
Also, it may have been a strike.
We got time. The first base coach too close to the bag.
You got to stay in that. See that little elbow?
Yep.
Well, me and you can see it.
There's the little line right there.
There's a little L. You know, that's what you have to stay in.
Swing and a miss, struck her out, runner going to second.
Toss.
Throw is wide, it's loose
man.
in the outfield, but the runner stays at second. So a strikeout at the plate. It's the third one for Paulin, but the runner advances to second.
Yep, so Paulin got to get out of this. But hey, she's at second base now with just 1 gone. So like I said earlier, base hit could score a run, Mason.
Big chance here for the Thunder as they come into the bottom of their order. 7-spot batter, it's Addison Talbot at the plate. She takes a hack at it. It's strike 1 on the miss. Big lead taken by Thornton at second. And with 1 gone, there's no force out for her, so they're going to have to lay down a tag to get her out wherever she ends up on the base path. Here's the 0-1. That one's going to be fouled back as we look back into the stands. Plenty of familiar faces as I made eye contact with one of them.
John Dior.
Big John in the
Big
stands
John.
here.
Shout out him. He takes a big breath.
Yeah. Gives this a little wave. Good to see him in the stands.
Yep.
0-2 the count. That one is going to be a
chopper,
ground
Mason.
ball. It's going to stay fair. The throw to first.
In time. Huge.
Wow.
Huge play by Paul in there. I mean, 0-2 count. Now there's 2 outs, and the runner just 60 feet from home plate.
And that was a huge play by Paulin. You said it, Tom. And Addison Talbot was shaking her head as she came back to the dugout. It was a close play, call made by the infield umpire. She didn't quite agree with it. But now we have Amelia Galbraith.
A huge at-bat here for Amelia. She's got to lock in right now, right here.
2 outs against her, runner on third, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Mackenzie Paulin, that runner is a little scary. It's a little daunting. You got to lock in too as she takes a deep breath now.
A lot of pressure for the catcher, Madison LeMay, as well. If there's a pass ball, you got to be on top of it. It's a short backstop, but we could see a steal at home attempt as the ball is high for ball 1 on that second pitch of the at-bat. And we're still in the first at-bats of all of these players. This is the 8-spot batter right here, Tom, and we'll be coming to the top of the order very soon, maybe in this inning if we can see a 2-out run by the Thunder. But it's 1-1 Strike two called on another swing and a miss.
Wheeling and dealing, Mason, as LeMay. Chase tells Thornton, get back to third or I'm going to toss you out. 1-2 count. This is a huge pitch, Mason.
Runner on third with 2 outs. Galbraith waiting. Here's Paulin with the 1-2. That one's going to be popped up. Looks like it's staying fair.
Whoa.
And the catch is made.
Jeez, Mason.
Woo. Lowry making up for the earlier plays. The ball had skipped over a glove that time. Greenfield escapes from a big chance by the Thunder. That was grabbed by the second baseman. Another 4 batters up before the 3 outs are made. So, I mean, with 2 innings fully complete so far, the Thunder have been getting more done with their bats than Greenfield has, with 2 hits in the game and, well, technically none for Greenfield, as that, I guess, well, you could say double from Olivia LeMay had to go down as an error from the throw by Galbraith over at short.
Yeah, Mason, I mean, that is a huge bat right there. And, you know, listen, this is some boozy right now, so I'm getting into it. But top of the third, we're going to have LeMay, Bianca Reynolds, and back to top of the order, Anna Bacala. And coming up, I mean, this is another huge play. And we're going into the second at-bat.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
So
it's going to be, I mean, we talked about the mind games this whole game so far, Tom, and this is where it's going to start coming into play a little bit more with those second at-bats showing up. And before we head into the third inning, as this game is starting to go by quickly, we're getting closer and closer to the halfway mark. We'd like to make another little announcement from the MIAA. Hard work, dedication, and perseverance are and remember that sportsmanship is something that should be practiced at all times.
Yep, just like that, and bada bing, bada boom.
Here is the batter up for Greenfield, Madison LeMay, the catcher. Matinen with her first pitch to her. That one's going to be grounded.
Oh, no.
Short fields it over to first, and she's out. Good field there from Galbraith.
1 pitch, one out. Hey, immaculate on the way. And I'll bring up Bianca, the right fielder, who actually, what's an interesting story is Coach Dodge was contemplating who he's going to put in right field today.
Yeah. We had talked about that before we had gone live today. Not live, before we had started recording today. Fortunately, not live. It'll be up in a little while, I'm sure.
Later today, maybe.
That one gets by Marigliano for ball 1. There's the 1-0, that's 2-0. That one was high and outside. One out away for the Thunder. Matinen dealing to Bianca Reynolds at the bottom of the order here. It's a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. It's ball 3, high again.
Matinen got to lock in here as the catcher there for the Turner's Falls. Thunder looked over at the coach.
That will be a strike. Right on the inside corner.
A little debatable. I wouldn't have swung at that.
Greenfield's dugout didn't like the call by a home plate umpire, but it's a 3-1 count. Their batter's still ahead. Here's Lee Matinen. That's strike 2, right down the middle.
That one was a strike.
Yeah, that one I probably would have swung at. But it's a full count. Lee Matinen's worked her way back, looking for her 3rd strikeout of the day. There's the claps from the Greenfield dugout. Payoff pitch. That's ball 4.
Huge at bat. That is a good battle. Good mental there. by Bianca Reynolds. She get yep, Bianca Reynolds, right?
Yep. Now it's Anna Bucala. So now we're back to the top of the order, Tom, and you got a runner on first. I mean, that's a huge show from your 9-spot batter right there.
That's why sometimes you gotta make decisions.
That one's gonna be cracked over to second. To short and no throw to first.
You know Bucala has the speed from the basketball season, and we know she has the speed too.
Yeah.
From the softball season.
So a fielder's choice. She reaches first, but the fielder's choice gets Bianca Reynolds out at second. So now it's Olivia LeMay, who reached second on her last at-bat on that error by Galbraith at short. Runner on first still, now 2 outs away for the Thunder. Here's the pitch from Lima Tynan. That is strike one as she tried to squat down to lower the strike zone a little bit.
And that was hit the top of the outside of the zone.
Back in position.
Big at bat.
2 LeMays on the team for Greenfield. That
Grounder.
one's going to be grounded hard. And the underhand throw, there's the 3rd out. Good job on the field from the Thunder. And on the fielder's choice, again.
Yep, that time it was reverse shortstop to second base. So Mason, Thunder making quick work of the wave, and we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Bottom of third. Not there quite yet. We're moving fast though. I mean, like I said it at the start of the game. It's a pitching battle. We're going to see the game moving faster.
40 minute. We're only at really the 40-minute mark of this game. It's 1:40 here on June 14th of 2025, and I'm sure next year when you're out of college, because you'll be out of college in May, we'll come do some games.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm sure.
like we'll make as long. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. We're having a good time. I mean, me and you really have no, I mean, we have connections with these 2 teams, but we have no bias or anything because we're Frontier graduates. We're Frontier graduates. Yeah, so there's really no bias. As much as I love Greenfield, and I honestly, Turner Falls pretty good too. I love Western Mass. That's what I love.
Yeah, I mean, you just love to see it. I mean, we've said this at the start of the game, but you just love to see the Western Mass representation in the statewide tournament. I mean, there's so few schools that have the sports programs that can make appearances like this in the late moments of the state tournament. And these are 2 schools in this sport that really can make it happen, Tom. And I mean, props to both of these teams for showing up today and making this happen and making this moment for all of the softball fans in Western Mass.
Yep, and I got the baseball or softball signed. We'll show it on your camera real quick.
Yeah.
We got it signed by Bear Country Radio. We got F-Cat on the other side. We got Turner's. Got to get those signatures. And we got Greenfield. The only one I got was Paulin.
So here, bottom of the 3rd, it's the Thunder back up to bat, and it's going to be Madison Haight, the designated hitter, up to bat first here in the 9th spot of the batting order for the Thunder. We'll go back to the top with Merigliano after Haight's batting order or batting appearance is all said and done, and then it will be Maddie Lima Tynan. She's waiting in the hole.
Actually, something I am going to mention. I did have a bit of a bike scuffle.
Oh.
So just the other day, and guess what? The teachers were eating lunch. So the nurse pats me up, Mason, as you're looking at it.
That's a good job.
Yeah, and it's red for the Red Hawks.
He's got the tape on his arm.
Yeah.
Well, here's Madison Haight, bottom of the 3rd, swing and a miss on the first pitch. That was a good take as she fooled her with a bit of motion from left to right, it looked like. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss again.
Got it to chase a second time, Mason. Top and outside.
That one was much higher than the last pitch. Still took the bait that time. It's an 0-2 count with the first batter up in the bottom of the 3rd for the Thunder. Here's the delivery from Paulin. Struck her out looking.
What a pitch, and then that bat.
What a
taken
delivery.
Down.
What a delivery from the home plate umpire, too. You got to give him credit. I mean,
Hey.
you gotta love it when the umpires get into their job, you know?
Hey, that's what I love the most, honestly. If an umpire's having a good time, so are we.
Yeah. Well, 1 out away on the strikeout looking from Kenzie Paulin. Now it's Marigliano, who struck out in her last at-bat. She takes ball 1.
Third strikeout there for Paulin.
Fourth.
Ah.
I think
Oh,
she's-
yes, I just missed where I wrote. You're right, it is the 4th. And now we go to the top of the order, like you were saying, Mason. Sorry.
That was ball 1 that was delivered from Paulin on the first pitch. Second one on its way. That one will be ball 2.
You can tell this home plate umpire is good at his job, too, because you saw that pitch miss, but LeMay behind home plate tried to frame it.
Yeah. You can watch him get into it. I mean, he's leaning into the pitches. Watch the delivery here on the 2-0. That's a great shot.
That may be gone.
Oh, it's off the wall.
Off the
Going
wall.
to second. And she's going to be held there. What a shot from Marigliano.
Get things started as the crowd erupts here in the bottom of the 3rd, Mason. Woo!
Have a day.
On a 2-0 count. Gotta lock in if you're Kenzie Paulin. Defense gotta be there. As you have
Huge hit let up.
Maddie Limitanian gotta take advantage of her catcher behind home plate right now. I mean, you gotta lock in right now if you're defense. Now Maddie's just gonna have fun out there.
Here's Limitinen. And that's going to be ball 1, right about at her ankles. And Limitinen, her last at-bat. On the first pitch, she popped out to the 3rd baseman, Olivia LeMay. Already a longer at-bat for her. And this is a good situation for the Thunder. 1 out away and a runner in scoring position on second. Here's Paulin's delivery. That one is going to be chopped to second, and the grab is made. Lowry gets the second out.
Hey, Limitanian, Pano and Mano. Kenzie won that one. And, this is just in the hands now of Abarua.
Abarua, we said it in her last at-bat, used to these situations. She's 1 for 1 so far today. Reached base on a hard ground ball single to left field on a full count pitch. She makes contact on her first swing and fouls it off.
She also stole a base, and it was the 8th pitch of the at-bat when she did so.
Yeah, a very long at-bat for her. And a little bit of extra experience against Kenzie Paulin because of that. Saw quite a few more pitches than most of the rest of her teammates.
We're getting into these players have had at-bats against these pitchers. This is probably the 15th, 16th time, or 13th, 14th. Grounded Paulin!
Oh, a great field by Paulin!
Oh, as she gets a good job from Anna Bacala. Wow. What a game, Mason, we're here having ourselves tonight. Huge play. Huge.
It was miscommunication, I think, from Turner's Falls side of things. They thought there was only 2 outs.
Hey. Now, Mason, we're going to the top of the board.
Now we're getting right on the verge of halfway through this game. It is still scoreless. The pitching battle continues as the great field from Kenzie Paulin gets the 3rd out against Marilyn Abarua. 4 batters up before the 3 outs again. We haven't seen more than 4 batters up in a single inning, and that's, to give you the context of how well these pitchers are performing, they have almost completely shut out these teams here today. Almost a perfect game for both of them.
Sorry about that, Mason. So, something that happened there too. Now you look at Bacala's talking to Paulin as, hey, let's just try to get on, put it in play. Okay, we can do it. This is the time to do it. You call this, we're in the middle part of the game right now.
Yeah.
Once we get past this top of the 4th. And you know, something I brought is actually the newspaper.
Yep.
And I wanted to bring this up because, you know, Resilient Waves say best for last as Greenfield erases a 4-0 deficit. All delivers the winning hit. So
it's, I mean, when you talk about these teams, I think that one of the best words to use or phrases to use is a complete team. You have two of the best pitchers in the state on these teams' roster, great fielders, reliable defense, and heavy hitters that also are performing well defensively. That is a complete team, and that's a team that deserves to be in this position today, Tom. There's no luck involved. There's no, circumstantial bad calls, controversial calls. They fought their way to get here. They deserve to be here, and they're going to fight their way to the very end of this game to get that title. It's Kenzie Paulin against Maddie Lima-Tynan, and the first pitch is a ball in the dirt from Lima-Tynan.
I think that conversation Bikel and Paulin had was take your time in this at bat.
Yeah.
Read the way Lima-Tynan delivers to you, okay? This is mano-a-mano again. Nice!
Oh, and it gets past short. It's going to be a hard line drive into left field and a base hit for the leadoff hitter in Kenzie Paulin. Greenfield has a runner on first.
So a line drive that the shortstop could not get to. Could not. Paulin with no outs, battered. Gloria McDonald, who's in the cleanup position tonight.
0 for 1 so far today. It's her second at-bat, and she grounded out back to Lima-Tynan in her last at-bat. That's going to be a ball just a bit outside, it looked like. So it's a cloudy day here. Not too cold, but just a little chilly with the wind picking up a little bit. You can see it with the flag at center field. It's a 1-0 count. No outs, runner on first. That one is going to be sent foul.
Doesn't hit a car.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a better situation for the cars than at Frontier.
This is the first time I've ever put my car in an actual dangerous position. So if it does go over that, I'm in prime targeting. It'll either
It's a good race back, though. I mean, I think
still could hit UMass, Dining, or my car.
that's strike two.
He didn't like it.
No swing from McDonald. She shook her head. Still staying on first is Kenzie Paulin. You got to wonder what kind of base running scheme Ray Dodge and Greenfield might have here. It seemed to be aggressive from Turners with a stolen base earlier today, 2 of them.
Don't want to throw her out, though. She takes off, though. Uh-oh, late jump.
Throw to second. Is in time. Tagged her in the face, and she's out. She's going to take a second. She's at the bag.
What?
Tough contact on a great throw and a great tag. And that was, I mean, it was a throw that ended up being high, and she made the tag right where she caught the ball pretty much, and it just happened to connect right with her face. And both coaches and umpires coming over, and not a scene that you want to be happening here as she's caught stealing for the first out. Lima-Tynan deciding to stay warm during the break here, throwing a few practice pitches. As Paulin is still down at second. Some fans and players not happy with what Lima-Tynan is doing, as they wanting her to take a knee during the injury here, as Kenzie Paulin is helped to her feet. Sure, she'll be all right, just plenty shaken up as that kind of contact. It looked like it went right up her nose. It's just uncomfortable to say the least. And short conversation between her and I believe it was the second baseman, Talbot, who tagged her out. They're on good terms, no doubt. It's a incidental situation. Not what you want to do as a fielder. But she made the out. That's her job. And now we're back to the regular course of the game. And still, some Greenfield players upset with that. Sophia Rakowitz protesting to her coach.
I honestly would challenge that call because her slide was in before she tagged her in the face. Her feet got to.
Oh no, she was.
Still.
I don't know. I mean, the conversation that they were having was about Lima Tynan warming up. They're still throwing pitches.
I don't think you can do that.
You can.
Oh, you can.
It's completely legal, but considered disrespectful.
I would.
By Greenfield's fans especially. But here's a full count pitch. That one's fouled off. 1 out away after Kenzie Polland was caught stealing.
2-2. Maintaining, taking a deep breath there. Can McDonald get a runner back on for the Wave?
Favorable situation here in the 4th inning. Here's the payoff pitch. That's going to be
ball
ball 4.
Walked. So I had the count wrong, but she's back on just like nothing ever happened, Mason. Nothing ever happened. So that runner's back on. It would be first and second if you didn't have an aggressive base runner. I mean, all it was really Polland just got a late jump.
She did get a late jump.
1 out, runner on first.
Grace Lowry now up to bat. That's strike 1. No swing from Lowry. A little shifty on first base is Gloria McDonald, maybe thinking about testing Marigliano's arm, or maybe the fielder, whoever ends up at second. I mean,
I'd throw her off, honestly.
Swing and a miss, it's strike 2. Took the high bait, and now, especially with Lima Tynan pitching during the injury there's some bad blood starting to brew between these teams, Tom.
Yep, this is the 4th time they've faced this season, Mason. It's 2-1 in Kern's favor, so this is the most important one, though, arguably.
That's a high ball 1.
Every Greenfield fans not happy. Bench is getting angry. We're in a battle for the ages.
Yeah.
This is now. Friendship is over.
Strike 3, got her looking. Huge K for Maddie Lima Tynan. 2 away with a runner on first for Greenfield. It's going to be Carson Farrell up to the plate. She flew out to right field in her last at-bat to Dietz. Is the right fielder for the Thunder this afternoon.
Again, Carson Farrell realistically took over for first base for, I think it was Megan Collins. So, a younger player had to step up big.
That one's gonna be a ground ball. It's going to be a base hit. Fielded by Dietz in right field, and the runners stay at first and second.
1 pitch, 1 hit, Mason. And what did we say all season long? The best pitch you may see is the first pitch you'll get. She took that one for a ride.
Now it's Sophia Rakowitz, who was protesting in the dugout during the warm-up pitches by Lima Tynan. Now faces off against her with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position at second. There's a runner at first as well. Here's Lima Tynan with the delivery. Ball 1, ball gets by Marigliano. She was ready for a throw to third, but the runner didn't go.
Yep, and they're being careful now where they run. So.
Back in the batter's box. Runners ready on the bases. Here's the 1-0 with 2 outs. That's a high ball 2. The count. Lima Tynan behind. That's fouled off for strike 1. Rockowitz struck out swinging in her last at-bat back in the second inning against Lima Tynan. And she was the third out in that inning. Here's the 2-1. That one's
grounded,
over. Gets underneath. Looks short. Coming home. Oh, it's not in time. Greenfield is on the board.
With 2 outs, a huge at bat there for number 14, Mason. Wow. And Greenfield strikes first.
Now into the 8th spot here at the bottom of the order just about.
Can they keep it going?
It's going to be ball 1. Lima Tynan might be a little shaken up here.
I think last time, I think LeMay and Olivia LeMay are twins, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think I remember.
And
All
we're having
time.
time here. Oh, we have an injury with Marigliano.
Oh, so on the backswing, they probably hit her hand. Oh, that
Yeah,
does
she's
hurt.
feeling
Yeah,
bad.
I mean,
that's not a good look.
there's a reason the only position I never played was catcher. Played every other position. It's not good for. She'll be fine, but
Putting her glove back on is just needed to take a moment, and now she's stepping back behind home plate. Seems to be all right. Something to keep an eye on if you're Gary Mullins. It was Gloria McDonald who came home for Greenfield. She is their first run and the only run of the game so far. Rockowitz on first, and that's strike 1 called against Madison LeMay.
Greenfield I'm going to be honest, they need to get more. This is the time to do it because Turners can come back around the bottom of the 4th, the bottom 5th, and want to run their 2 onto their own.
That's going to be ball 2 outside. LeMay hit in just the previous inning, grounded out to short on the first pitch she saw. Here's the 2-1. That one is going to be out in foul territory. Got a solid piece of it. It drifted foul, and the grab was made by Massey at first. And so leaving 2 stranded this time is Greenfield after they cash in the first run of the game. They'll take back to the field to try and defend their newfound lead, Tom.
Yep, and like I said earlier, it's going to come down to who scores first. And what do you know? It was Greenfield. So we're going to look back at this game in the 7th and talk about it because this is a crucial point. Now, if they had gotten another one, I would have felt better, but you pick off what you can do and rely on your defense and your all-star pitcher.
Yeah. First 3 hits of the game for Greenfield coming in that top of the 4th. Turner's also has 3 hits, but they've been 1 apiece in each inning so far as they're having a meeting with some of their hitters right in front of their dugout. It's going to be Janelle Massey up to bat first, Autumn Thornton on deck, or Madison Dietz in the hole. For Greenfield, the pressure mounting on Kenzie Paulin as they get some reassurance with a new lead, but now there's the added pressure of trying to stay on top of that. So we're halfway through the game here at Sortino Field at UMass Amherst. It's 1-0 Greenfield after they just cashed in a run in the top of the 4th. Turner's trying to strike back now after the scoreless game was broken open just a few moments ago.
Yeah, Mason, I will say, though, the nurse did a great job of wrapping my arm.
Yeah, it looks like a good job.
And, you know, Red Hawks in here in spirit.
Yep.
I got my red. We both are repping the FCAT. cool shirts.
Yeah, we are.
That we seem to sometimes always forget.
Yeah. Well, we wore them a lot during the basketball season. They kind of
It
fit.
was
with
cold.
that. That's true.
Cold.
That's true.
And it's cold today.
It is.
But this is the 14th or 13th Saturday in a row where it's raining, Mason. So are you kidding me?
Not raining now, and hopefully won't be for the rest of the game. But field's still a little bit damp. Janelle Massey up to the plate. She struck out in her first at-bat of the game. This is only her second, and that last at-bat was all the way back in the first inning. Here's Kenzie Pollin's first delivery. It's going to be a ball high.
Holland sometimes seems to always try to rely on that outside chase. So I'm sure they're figured out by now that you don't want to swing at that.
Swing and a miss. There's strike one. Four strikeouts on the afternoon for Kenzie Pollin so far.
Has a chance to make it 5. I'd see an off speed is my guess here.
We've had 3 strikeouts from Lima Tynan. As that one is going to be strike 2. Sent over the backstop.
Scary when he does that. Maybe they should just build it even higher or create a dome.
Yeah.
Just create a dome.
You got plenty of indoor MLB stadiums.
Why not create it at the high school? Come on now, Mason.
All the funding in Western Mass, right?
Yeah. Fix our roads first.
Struck her out, looking.
Oh, man, Mason, that was a nice pitch.
Janelle Massey didn't like it as she went back to the dugout, but it's 1 out away. Autumn Thornton up to bat, who got on base in her last at-bat.
Holland feeling good. Her defense feeling even better. If you're a Greenfield fan, you're feeling the best.
There's a lot of them here in the stands that we can see from our angle.
Green and blue.
Swing and a miss for strike 1 on Autumn Thornton. Thornton singled to second in her previous at-bat back in the second inning. Now we're in the bottom of the 4th.
Yep.
1 out away. 0-1 is the count. That's strike 2. She knew it as she walked away from it.
Thornton pretty much has, realistically, other than the double from Marguerite Gugliano, has the only hit on Pollen. Other than that, I'm not seeing much else, man.
No, Abarua had that one in the first.
Yeah.
Turner's has had 1 hit each inning so far in this game as she takes ball 1 high that time.
Yeah, Thornton, she had that hit second. That got past second base, I think. Remember?
Yeah.
0-2.
That's a nice shot going over to center right.
Oh!
Catch is made. Nice basket grab. And there's 2 away.
Rely on your defense. If you got the offense and you have this energy is just moving towards Greenfield right now.
Yeah,
it is.
That was McDonald who came home for the only run in the game so far, coming all the way over to center right to make the grab. 2 outs away. It's Madison Dietz.
2 up, 2 down. Can she make it a third?
Shows bunt, and she fouls it back for the first strike.
Well, now they're going to expect the bunt. So what she had to do there, Mason, was honestly, she was like, oh, do I pull it back? You want, when you're trying to lay down a bunt like that, you kind of want to drop your bat so it goes down.
Yeah. Put the right spin on it also.
Yes. Tricky trick.
That's strike 2. She thought it was high.
Holland just wheeling and dealing right now.
Get some advice from her first base coach. She steps back into the box.
Deep breath. Here it comes.
That's going to be inside. Jumped away from it. It's 1-2. All 3 at-bats have ended on a 1-2 delivery so far.
Bear Country, or sorry, I don't know why I said that, but they're here tonight. Holland not seem to be affected by that ball hitting her face.
Swing and a miss. It's strike 3.
To end the bottom of the 4th, 1, 2, 3. Pollen seems to be dialed in, Mason.
that's a huge show of defense from Greenfield after they take the lead in the top of the 4th. Now they got a chance to extend it even further. Pressure back to Maddie Lima-Tynan.
And now, Mason, time is running short for the Thunders. We're over halfway now. They are down to their they're down to their last 9 lives.
Yeah.
Now, before the game started, I asked Paul and how many, and our coach was right there, Ray Dodd, how many strikeouts you want today? He said 21 would be, or the coach said 21 would be great. You know, that's every at bat. But, you know, realistically, especially once you go against this team, he said 13, 14 would be nice. But as long as you have a good defense and get a couple, that's all that matters. As they're dancing in the dugout, having a nice time over there, Green Wave.
The vibes are good with Greenfield right now, but it's only a 1-run lead. They got to keep the pressure on Turners. If they can't score here, ball's back in their court. And with these two teams, you never know what could happen. And a 1-run lead is not a safe lead by any means at all in the state finals with these two teams playing each other. Warm-ups have finished for Turners Falls. Coming up to bat at the bottom of the order for Greenfield is going to be Bianca Reynolds. In her last at-bat, she walked on a full count against Lima-Tynan. She's offering some words of encouragement to her infielders at the circle right now. Cheers coming from the Turners fans as well as Greenfield's. Packed stadium here today. The trophy waiting in the press box behind home plate. Greenfield with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. Here's Reynolds, takes ball 1 high. Taking an open stance. That's strike 1. Hitting the inside edge of the zone.
I don't even have service anymore. People are asking me to keep them updated, and I can't.
Yeah. It's a 1-1 count. That's strike 2. Still no swing in the at-bat for Bianca Reynolds, the right fielder. No designated hitter for Greenfield.
She walked in her last at-bat, like you said, Mason.
Yeah.
I mean, huge at-bat here for Reynolds, and I would like to see her swing the bat.
Swing and a miss. She struck her out. That is number 4 on the afternoon for Maddie Lima-Tynan, and the first out is away. It's Anna Bucala, who is 0 for 1 so far today, reached base on a fielder's choice in her last at-bat, and then popped out to short in her one before that. Now, her third at-bat against Maddie Lima-Tynan here in the top of the 5th.
Senior captain.
That's strike 1. High inside corner.
Kala taking a deep breath and shrugging it off without the shoulders. We can shrug it off our shoulders too. Fixing our backs, you know. Ooh.
Yeah. 1 out away, 0-1 is the count. That's going to be ball 1. That one was low and inside.
Another thing is sometimes you have to adjust to the umps, Mason. I mean, you know, sometimes they'll call something that other umps won't, but when you're in the state final, you have to realize that it's very important to, if he's been calling it, he's calling it both ways, and he's calling it all night. So you just got to adjust. That's as simple as it is.
Yep. And that strike 2 really kicked into that one. Didn't swing at it. Didn't look like she liked the call either.
I think that was it. Kind of hit the low outside zone.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2, 1 out away. That one's going to be cracked over. Lima-Tynan fields with the backhand. Throw to first. She's out.
Nice play by Maddie Lima-Tynan. I mean, that was a hard chopper to grab. She snagged it.
Tracked it the whole way in a great backhand grab by the pitcher. 2 away, Olivia LeMay up to bat. This could be a big turning point for the Thunder if they can have a good defensive show after the big previous inning for Greenfield, where they let up 3 hits. 2 outs after 2 batters, and it's Olivia LeMay who takes ball 1. She was out on or actually no, she wasn't out. She ended up hitting into a fielder's choice in her last at-bat. Would have been safe at first, but that fielder's choice out was the 3rd out of the 3rd inning in her last at-bat. That's ball 2.
Leave off that one, Mason. I mean, she lays off 2 good pitches in a row. I mean, Lima Taney's got to put it in the zone now. Otherwise, it's 3-0.
LeMay back in the box. From the stripe, Lima Tynan delivers. That's strike 1. And see, there's the outside call again, where he's been calling that all afternoon, Tom, and that's what you were saying. They need to adapt to it.
Yep, adapt to it, overcome. Adapt and overcome. That's what you got to do. Change your way. Ugh.
Reaching for it, really reaching for it. And I mean, I guess adapting a little bit. I mean, if you're reaching for it, it's outside. She was worried that was going to get called a strike, but I think that probably would have been a ball.
That would have been a ball. So now it's like, oh boy, instead of that would have been 3-1. It's just a challenge. Every pitch is a different pitch. New at bat here.
2-2. That one's foul.
She's on it though. She's on it though.
Yeah.
2 outs, 2-2 count. This is the payoff pitch. I mean, Lima Taney's going to throw it in there. Coach giving a word of advice to the catcher here. What pitch to throw and give to Lima Taney. We'll see what comes.
Noise from the crowd. Lima Tynan back on the stripe. She winds, delivers. In the dirt, it's a full count.
The dugout going crazy, making like fire truck noises almost. It sounded like that.
Yeah.
Or an ambulance. I call it the wambulance. That's just me.
It's a full count, 2 outs. No runners in a 1-0 game in favor of Greenfield here in the state finals. Lima Tynan looking to get out of this inning after 3 batters. Here's the payoff pitch.
Grounder.
That's going to be sent
Get through
in right field. Staying at first. And a big single over in the left.
There was no getting to that ball. That is a tough hit, tough placement. And honestly, you put your third baseman back and your shortstop back, like the coach is signaling to do, is that's where they should be playing. Against this team in the state finals, you want your defense back.
Yeah, I mean, we all have seen the kind of fielder that Lima Tynan is. And I mean, there's a lot of pressure on her in the first place, but she can handle it. I mean, she's a senior captain. She's been doing this for years. She's one of the great athletes of softball in this area and in the state. I mean, especially in the state, she's here right now. And she can field those shorter balls that head over on the third base side, Tom, excuse me. But for, like you were saying, shortstop, third base, they need to be playing farther back to try and cover that gap. And now it's Kenzie Paulin.
She would like to get a hit here.
That's going to be to short, to second, the out's made, and there is the inning. So 1 hit recorded in that inning, but no run score. Still a good chance for Turners as they keep themselves within 1, and a good bounce back defensive inning for them, Tom.
Yes, and this is where, hey, I mean, if you had a closer pitcher or you had someone to rely on, that's who I would put in.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was the coach, start warming up your pitcher, because Greenfield, we're into their third at bats here, and it really is their 15th, 16th bat of the season.
Yeah,
against this team.
This is the other thing. For both of these teams, they do have a secondary pitcher,
They do.
but they don't ever put them in really, because these are young players. I mean, I think that the backup pitcher for Turners is in 8th grade.
Yes.
So
for Greenfield, it's Gloria McDonald. Because originally for the Western Mass, Kenzie Paulin wasn't going to be there. she would have had to pitch in the Western Mass final, and Holland was sick. She was sick, and she came in and light out.
I was going to say, I don't think that they played 3 times.
I think it was good, yeah.
Because I only saw 2 games that they played against.
It's the blue. It's the blue that gets me.
And this is the other thing. I'm pretty sure that Turner's and Greenfield are in different classes for Western Mass.
Yes.
Because
my goodness.
Class D is Turner's.
They won.
Yeah, Turner's.
They won.
Turner's has. They're looking for a trifecta this year.
Yeah.
They're league champs, Western Mass champs for their class, and they're trying to be state champs back to back.
They're trailing me
right now. Yeah.
They're trailing right now against the Wave. And this at bat that we're going to talk about this. Every bat from here on out from the Turners Falls Thunder is important. Every pitch is important. You have to lock in. I mean, Paulin right now is just pitching a gem. She's dialed in. She was injured, running to second base, and she is dialed.
Paulin has let up only 3 hits in the game. Was perfect in the last inning with 2 strikeouts. She has 6 strikeouts in the game so far. Now we're seeing Addison Talbot, the leadoff hitter for the Thunder. She's the 7th hitter in the batting order. And so we're going to see 7, 8, and 9 to start off this inning. We'll see if Turner's Falls can get past that and back to the top of the order, which would be ideal for them. I mean, the bottom of the order is always a tough spot for any team, Tom. And in a crucial spot like this, in the 5th inning, you got to get to the top of the order.
Call this the 7th inning.
Ooh, good contact early.
Everybody is here today. If you're from Western Mass, if you're listening at home at Bear Country, if you're listening and watching this game back, this is a game of the year.
It's an 0-1 count. Leadoff hitter here for Turners in the bottom of the 5th. Delivery to Talbot, high for ball 1. You said it at the start of the game, Tom. Pressure is on the pitchers. All eyes are on them. It's a pitching battle. It's going to be a low-scoring game, and it's going to come down to which team can get the best of that pitcher, because like I said, they don't really have a backup. They don't really have a secondary pitcher. Swing and a miss for strike 2 on Talbot. It's a 1-2 count. So something you want to do also, Tom, is try and have those longer at-bats against the pitcher. Wear them down with it. I mean, these pitchers have a lot of longevity because they have pitched pretty much the entire year, but that is an element of strategy in this. Here's the 1-2. It's 2-2 now.
And you're getting longer in the bats, right? I think the only thing I would say would be for Frontier, for example, is Raina Wanze, 8th grade sensation. The only thing I would have changed about the Hampton game is I would have picked Taylor, and then back to Taylor.
Here's the 2-2. That one's fouled back. Staying alive is Addison Talbot. Still a 2-2 count.
You know, we're not coaches. We just see the game how we see it.
Yeah.
But the more you do coaching, like 44 years, Ray Dodd just coached a long time himself. It comes down to you coaching the best you can, having the good players with talent that take you farther and farther into these state tournament and Western Mass runs.
And making those game time decisions. Here's the 2-2 pitch off the batter's timeout.
Ooh, she went.
And she did go. That was the call. Strike 3.
Let's go, Amelia! Number 4, Amelia Galbraith.
Amelia Galbraith in a crucial part. I honestly think Madison Height, if Galbraith doesn't get on, might get on, because the number 9 hitter, honestly, is a very important.
Yeah, and she's a designated hitter as well, so there's extra pressure on her. That one's fouled back for strike 1, same way that the previous at-bat started. That was the 7th strikeout of the day for Kenzie Paulin, by the way.
You can feel the air getting warmer as the sun, I think I was going to say it an inning or 2 ago, the sun started to peek out.
Still some pretty heavy clouds over UMass
It's actually
today.
pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it is. front moving in, it looks like. So that's a high ball 1. Galbraith, just her second at bat. She flew out to second base, Lowry, in her last at bat, all the way back in the second inning. Seems like ages ago now. Waiting in the wings is Madison Haight, the designated hitter, in the 9 spot for Turners. 1 out away. It's a 1-1 count. Here's Paulin's delivery. That one's going to be cracked over for a base hit over into center left. She's going to hesitate and then go to second, field it at the wall, and that's a huge hit for Turners.
Just like that, they're back. Now they got to get things rolling. I mean, now you rely on your 9th hitter. Just like I said, Mason, this is important. Every pitch, every at-bat is important.
For Turners, that's a great sign for them. One of your hitters at the bottom of the order having a big hit, getting on base. We're having time here. And, we're having a pinch runner come in.
Yep, it looks like it's going to be 24. It's going to be Ivy Lopez.
Lopez coming in now for Galbraith.
She's got the speed, is what Coach Mullins is saying. Probably picked that up on the audio.
Yeah.
4 for 4.
So you wouldn't expect a stolen base here if she tries to go for third, just more to try and ensure that a run can come home if the ball is put in play. But here's Madison Haight, the DH, at the bottom of the batting order. That one is going to be sent over to second. Out at first, runners at third with 2 outs. Huge chance.
Did her job, Mason. She did her job. She moved that runner, and now it's in the hands of captain behind the plate, Mia Margliano. She had a double off the wall her last at bat.
This is just about exactly where you want to be if your Turners follows. Only part that's a little sour about it is the 2 outs.
2-out rally, Mason. That's what we always did.
That's how Greenfield just did it.
Yep.
The runner at third, Ivy Lopez.
Called time. Getting words from advice from her dugout and her coaches.
Paulin has to be feeling the pressure. There's the chance coming up from the Turners fans.
Looks to the sky. You hear the dugout rally.
High, very high on the first pitch to Marigliano. It's ball 1.
Paulin just got to lock in, dial in, forget about that runner. Bacala coming in and giving her a hand.
No, I mean, I don't imagine the runner would be going with 2 outs. You don't want to risk something on home plate.
Unless it's a 4 count, she was not going.
Yeah.
Now, if there's 1 out, suicide could be different. Could have been a squeeze.
There's the 1-0. High ball 2. I mean, Turners will take a walk if they can. They'll take anything they can get that will move them forward in this inning. But preferably, you want to have something that's going to advance the runner at third and get you a run score.
Paulin has got to lock in right here, right now, Mason. Got to lock in.
2-0 the count, 2 outs and a runner on third as Greenfield leads 1-0. And that is going to be sent to center field.
Mason. Boom.
That is made.
Boom, they get out of it. Wow. Just like
routine fly ball. And they stay up 1-0 after 5.
a fly out to center field in a crucial part of this game, Mason, as it will, next at batters will be Limatanian, Abarua, Massey. You got to get something going when you go to the bottom of the 6th. Have to.
You don't want to leave this to the bottom of the 7th with a 1-run lead. You don't want to. And for Turners, something that, I mean, the story for the day really has been runners in scoring position. They have had 4 of them. 4 runners stranded in the game so far today that were in scoring position. I think it was 2 of them that were on second, and then 2 of them that were on third.
Yeah,
so, I mean, 1 or 2 bases away, and you can't hit them home. That is what's going to haunt them if they can't take away if they can't take this lead away from Greenfield with the time they have left. But Maddie Limatainen coming on to the circle again. Origliano getting your gear back on after the at-bat. Batter up first for Greenfield is going to be Gloria McDonald, who just got that last out in center field. Grace Lowry waiting on deck. Carson Farrell in the hole for the Green Wave. Infield meeting at the circle, outfield meeting at center field. As the crowd starts to wake up again. McDonald waiting outside the batter's box.
Playing center field, number 1, Gloria McDonald. McDonald.
Limatainen onto the strike. She delivers. That's a hard ground ball going to second. Routine play for a routine out. And one is away for Turners.
They just had to move our tent a little bit. Because really, the crowds have started to even get bigger, makes sense.
Yeah.
The longer this game goes on, we got a bigger and bigger crowd. The fans are filled above us. Fans in the outfield sections are loaded with people. This is the game of the year. Game of the century.
That's going to be ball 1 in the dirt against Grace Lowry, who has struck out twice so far today in both of her at-bats. 1 out is away. After Gloria McDonald grounded out to second. Limatainen delivers on the 1-0. That one is going to be strike 1 as it's fouled back into the backstop. Greenfield dugout with plenty of activity inside. Even count at 1 now. Lowry trying to break her streak of strikeouts here. And she'll take strike 2 looking.
I mean, as we said, Limatainen dialed in. Once she's locked in, she's locked in. There's no hitting off there. So
I think it's going to end up being very hard for Greenfield to get any other runs off of her.
I mean, they're trying. You just a little under that one. You gotta be right on it, right on the sweet spot. That's the only way to do it.
I mean, this is, you can't discount them just by what I just said. That's, I mean, that's just a credit to Limatainen, because she's, I mean, like you said, she gets in a rhythm, and what you were saying before, Greenfield needed to score in that inning where they had 1 run already punched in. So if they had been able to score another run there, I mean, that would have been huge. But once 1 run is in the books, she doesn't mess around at all. I mean, something could still happen, obviously, but she's gonna, I mean, she's dialed in right now.
Away.
That's ball 3, it's a full count.
We say that, and then it's a pretty beautiful count.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, this is a tough game. Emotions are running high. Everything, it's all coming together.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
It's 1 out. Payoff pitch on its way. That's gonna be a ground ball in foul territory.
Hey, she's battling right now. This brings me back to what I said all season about Addie Yu. You know, she battled. That's my.
Yeah.
I battled every at bat too, but you know, some popcorn dropping around.
Struck her out, looking right down the alley. And Lowry's gonna have to take a tough walk back to the dugout. 3 at-bats and 3 strikeouts, 2 of them looking for Grace Lowry. Tough day for her, Tom.
Tough. And hey, sometimes you just have days like that. I mean,
Yeah.
my goal every time I at-bat, don't strike out. 1 year, I had struck out 3 times. That's it. 2 of them being in the same game.
If you put the ball in play, I mean, that's a win, right?
Yep, that's all that matters. Put it in play.
She's
Just
going to
like
put
that.
this one in play,
That's gonna
and it's
drop.
going to be a base hit.
That's
Fielded in center field
Two-out rally again, Mason.
That's a pretty blooper.
That's an amazing blooper. That's what you got to do, and they know how to hit off Limontagne. Limontagne is not happy about it.
This is Rockowitz, who had a single in her last at-bat, struck out in the at-bat before that. Strike called against her. Wasn't sure if it was a check swing or not.
She didn't bring it around. It dropped in for a strike.
It looked like it was in the zone regardless.
Yeah.
0-1 count, high. 2 outs and a runner on first.
The ambulance going off again.
Sounds like it's just above it.
Probably is.
Stationed right underneath the stands here.
Put that kid on the mic.
That's strike 2, just above her knees.
Beautiful placement of the pitch.
And she's not going to like it because it's low, but I mean, it's strike zone ends at your knees, and that was just above.
Yep. It's where it crosses the plate. It's not where the catcher catches it.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. 2 Ks for Maddie Limontainen in the inning. And Turner's Falls is still alive, though they trail by 1.
Hope for Turner's, as the Greenfield Green Wave will only have one more at bat. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Mason, a 1-0 game as Sweet Caroline is playing.
This will be just about the top of the order coming back up. Maddie Limontainen, the 2-spot batter, will be the leadoff hitter. Marilyn Abarua and then Janelle Massey. The top 3 for Turner's Falls coming into the bottom of the 6th here. They will hit in the bottom of the 7th regardless of the score if they're still trailing. But we won't, if they can have a rally here and take a lead back, we might not have to see a bottom of the 7th. But at this rate, Tom, I think that I'd probably put my money on extra innings for this game. Because you got two innings for Turner's Falls to get 1 run, and they've been hitting consistently and finding ways to get on base against Pollen, just not being able to finish. If they can do that just once, they can finish, and if they can score just 1 run from third base even,
yes,
they're going to be able to send this game into extra innings. And the way that Limontainen's been pitching, like I said, it's going to be really tough.
And lights out right here, Mason.
Yeah.
Limontainen just got to put it in play.
Yeah.
Just got to put it in play.
Not looking for any kind of star moment here, just be a role player. That's the minimum of what the team is asking for right now. For Turner's Falls, just any kind of action in play is going to be a win for them in the bottom of the 6th here. They're down to their last 6 outs. And for Limontainen, this is going to be her 3rd time facing Kenzie Paulin. As they trail by 1, meeting at the circle. And now, Madison LeMay back behind home plate. And we're ready to play.
I'm on my feet, Mason. I just can't. I'm a little anxious. I don't know what it is. Sometimes you got to stand up.
Rally caps are being shown by some fans in the Turner's Falls stands, and Maddie Limontainen stepping in to the box. Facing off against Kenzie Paulin for the 3rd time today. She takes ball 1 low.
You know what's nice about being back here, Mason? We can see where the pitch drops.
It's great.
It's phenomenal.
I mean, the way that we've been set up all year we've had so much limited commentary on the exact placement of the pitches, and this is just such a great change of pace for us. That's a high shot, gonna go foul and out of play.
She's on it. She knows she's swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
All it takes is 1 hit, and this is a high fence, Mason. It is a high fence because it's the soft. 190s right field, center field is 220.
Yeah, I mean,
Left field is
honestly,
190.
that shot that we saw from Morigliano 2 innings ago, that would have been a home run in most high school stadiums, I think.
Yeah, because the fence is, they put it up and
It
they
hit
take it down.
right at the top.
They put it up and take it back down. This is a stadium field.
Woo! That's ball 2. Jumps inside.
Collins like, get off my plate. That's what that was. I saw Lee Montanian there at the last game, the way Greenfield got to this point, and her catcher. So
that's going to be ball 3, this time low.
Being careful where she puts the ball in play to Lee Montanian. If she gets on, I'm likely to have a pinch runner.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Madison LeMay behind home plate, shaking her head back in the dugout. She didn't like the call from the home plate umpire, it looks like. Or actually, no, she was getting a sign from her coach. Now sends it over to Pollen. Here's the pitch.
Oh!
That's a great shot.
Foul.
And it goes foul.
Foul, Mason.
Oh, she wants that one back.
Oh, my God.
She wants that one back. Oh, man.
Now it's the full count.
Don't pitch to her, Pollen. Do not pitch to her. You can hear me. Don't pitch to her. I know she can't, but
that, I mean, that would have been over the fence by.
It was foul. It was
like
just
I
foul.
know.
It was just foul. Take it for a
Could
ride.
have been the equalizer. Wow.
Take it for a ride. You might be right, Mason. We could be seeing extras, but it's in the hands of pitcher versus pitcher here, mano a mano.
Here's the full count pitch. Looking right at the top of the zone. Coach Mullen's not happy with it. He's having a few words with home plate umpire, saying it was right at her neck. Now he's having a conversation with his batter.
You can argue the call all it is, but they'll never reverse it.
No.
And at this level, they do not like doing it. And you want to know why, Mason? Because they don't want to reverse it and be, maybe they made the right, maybe they didn't make the right call.
Yeah, and they also, there's no video replay allowed
No,
at this level.
but we have the replay machine. We have the ability to do it because we're effort. And it goes to show that
Maria takes ball 1.
at the sorry.
We've been saying it all game. She's used to clutch situations, high pressure, hit that walk-off single to get Turner's Falls to this game today. As they trail by 1, we almost saw a go-ahead game-tying homer, and we will see a base hit here as it drops in shallow left. Runners on board for the Thunder.
Thunder crawling back. Will the Wave be able to overcome this Thunder? Or will the Wave roll over that thunderstorm? I don't know what I'm saying. You gotta know what I'm saying.
With 1 out away, runner on first. And a fast runner on first as well. She will take off. She stole a base from first earlier in the game in her first at-bat. Now she's taken off on the first pitch. The throw is not there. It was a shallow throw for Madison LeMay, and it's 2 attempted steals and 2 successful steals for Abarua. Runner in scoring position for Janelle Massey with 1 strike against her.
I'd like to see a bunt right now. You have the ability.
Yeah.
I want to see that because guess what? You don't bunt, you're in
That's
trouble.
the base hit! Oh, man! Gonna score! They've got a 9 game! Here it is!
Are you kidding me, Mason? Are you
Janelle
kidding
Massey
me?
ties the game!
What?
In the bottom of the 6th!
Oh my goodness!
All love from second.
Here comes Ray Dodge, Mason, and the Wave. Gotta get things rolling. Gotta put it back together. Colin very upset, visibly.
RBI double from Janelle Massey.
On
What a moment for Turners.
an 0-1 count.
Now it looks like we're getting another pinch runner out in the field. Kisses getting blown back to the dugout by Massey, and she will have a couple words with her pinch runner here.
My score prediction was 2-1. But
I honestly agree with that.
But my score prediction originally was, I think I put it somewhere out there, 3-1. If you score 3 runs, you win this game.
Yeah.
You win this game.
Yeah.
Because this is such a pivotal moment in this game.
And this, I said it too. Pitcher battle.
Yeah.
It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Yes.
We're not going to. I don't think that we're going to have more than 4 runs total, like combined runs from both teams. And so we're having Autumn Thornton hitting and Autumn Damari is going to be the pinch runner. I had to throw that out there. 2 Autumns on the field.
That's interesting.
Unique name. Yeah. They're little.
Summer is an interesting one. Autumn, winter.
You don't really hear that. Spring isn't also like that's
Imagine
not really
naming
good
your
name.
kids Spring.
But back to the game.
Oh, man.
1 out. That one's going to be a ground ball. And fielded at third, throw to first. Runner stays at second. Good job defensively by Greenfield.
Yep. That Ray Dodge came in. He said, let's light scout. Let's go then go get the bats going. I think you're exactly right, Mason. This game will be going to extras unless something happens in the 7th.
Yeah. I mean, this is the chance for Turners to try and get a lead. First lead in the game could happen here. Madison Dietz with a swing and a miss. She struck out twice in both of her at-bats so far today. Hasn't had more than 1 ball pitched to her. Two outs away, runner on second. Tie game, bunt shown. It's a strike. Looked like it sounded like it might have actually nicked the bat, but showed bunt.
Now,
obviously putting some faith in her speed. Yeah.
Emotions are running high at this point. You got to lock in just because you're in that at bat and things are going your way.
Oh, great save from Madison LeMay. That could have been disastrous for Greenfield. If that had gotten over her glove, runner goes to third.
Yeah. And Paulin just got to dial in right now. Lock in.
It's a 1-2 count, 2 outs. She stays alive off a foul tip. Runner staying on second. I mean, that's all you need. You had your one run of the game score from second for both teams.
Yes.
Came home from second.
Staying alive right now, Mason. She tipped that. It was a 1-2 count. She tipped it, and that's staying alive. Staying alive.
Here's the 1-2 again. That's a high ball too. Runner going to third.
Oh
it's a
my
high
God!
ball.
What
It gets
is
into the
happening?
Oh, and she stays.
What?
Oh my God!
Oh my gosh, Mason!
What an egregious throw!
LeMay had her all day. That is huge, Mason.
I mean, I gotta wonder in the first place why she even stole. That is a gutsy call by Turners. I don't know if I would have done that, but she's. I mean, Damari clutching her best.
Forget about it because you gotta imagine that runner's not there.
It's a 2-2 count, 2 outs. There's a runner on third. We got a tie game in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. It's ball 3.
Mason, this is. I'm getting antsy. I don't know about you, but this is crazy. Best game over here right now.
And Bucala coming over to console her pitcher a little bit. Turners fans on their feet. They could take the lead with the ball in play here. Here's the payoff pitch.
Oh my God!
She struck her out.
Calling wheels and deals, and they get out of it. We're gonna see what happens in the 7th, Mason.
Just how you'd want it to be. 7th inning is going to be the deciding inning. Do we go to extras or not? Who is going to take home the title?
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
information as well. We also have, for both teams, there's
Yeah.
one player that has had 3 at-bats and has struck out 3 times. Grace Lowry for Greenfield, and now Madison Dietz for Turner's Falls.
Look, what I noticed, though, is we have, correct me if I'm wrong, the 7, 8, 9 for the bottom of the 7th. 4 Turners coming up.
That's right.
So now we're going to go to the flip side of things. We have LeMay, Reynolds, and then back to
8, 9, and 1.
8, 9, 1. Very similar game. Now, if we go to extras, I'm going to give it to Greenfield because they have LeMay, Paulin, and McDonald coming out.
But if we go to extras, then Turner's also has the top of their order.
I know, but so basically it's going to go who scores first. We have a new game.
Yeah.
We have a brand new game, but if Turner's, if Greenfield can't score and then Turner's does, I don't know, maybe.
Well, with that, Turner's now with 6 total hits in the game. Greenfield with 5. Each team with 1 run apiece. They both had an opportunity to get a second one, but were unable to capitalize, and they left a runner in scoring position on that same inning that they scored that 1 run. We're tied going into the final inning in the state finals.
Yep. And I think LeMay, correct me if I'm wrong, was 0 for 2 or
She's 0 for 2, yeah.
and then Bianca Reynolds won 0 for 1 with a strikeout her
Yep.
last time. And then you go to Bacala. She 1 for 1 or 1 for 3.
Yeah.
1 for 3.
Well, that little technicality, she's 0 for 2 because of the
yeah,
fielder's
yeah,
choice.
yeah.
But like
Yeah.
technically speaking, she would have been safe on that play, I think, if I'm remembering that.
I just remember I wrote down blooper for first at bat. Yeah, 0-1. Fielder's choice, second base, shortstop out. And then I don't know what happened at third at bat.
Here we go. That's going to be ball 1 to LeMay. This is the catcher. Well, I think defensively, she's had 3 bases stolen against her by Turners this game. Yeah, no, 4. 4 bases. That is ball 2. Just a bit inside.
You gotta be careful every at bat. Every single at bat, Mason.
Got to see what kind of approach Greenfield's going to have. Do they be aggressive or kind of sit back and see what Lima Tynan does? That's going to be strike 1 as it was fouled into the backstop. It's a 2-1 count. LeMay trying to get on base for the first time today as the 8-spot batter in a crucial point for her team. They've been second to Turner's in just about everything this year, trying to find a way to turn that around when it matters most here in the state finals. Swing and a miss, it's strike 2.
And Matanian locked in. Now it's going to be who's going to give up, who's going to give out first. Honestly, I mean these pitchers have worked diligently all year long to get to this point. And who will take advantage and get it in play?
Here's the 2-2. That is going to be grounded to short, fielded, throw to first. She's out.
The Favors and now into Turner's, I'd say.
Yeah.
We've switched. Now in the hands, bottom of the order, number 12, Bianca Reynolds.
To receive the trophy as well as medals. Now batting for Green Wave.
One out away for Greenfield. This is their last chance to take a lead in regulation. If they can't, it's going to be up to their defense to get them into extras. Swing and a miss for strike 1 at the bottom of the order. She struck out on a 1-2 delivery from Lima Tynan in her last at-bat back in the 5th inning. Lima Tynan with 6 strikeouts today. Paulin edging the double digits with 9. Back in the batter's box is Reynolds. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Basically, the scoreboard went out.
Oh,
The scoreboard's out. Not ours, though.
yeah, well, we haven't been relying on that for the most part.
Nope.
So hopefully they get that back up for the fans. Otherwise, everyone's going to have to pay extra attention to the pitch count. Here's the 0-2 count. Strike three! She struck her out. Huge K, number 7 for Maddie Limatainen. And Turner's Falls is 1 out away, and it's coming down to Anna Bucala to get on base for Greenfield.
Got the speed. Does she have the mentality to beat Limatainen?
It's her 4th at-bat. She is going to be the first hitter for Greenfield to face Limatainen for the 4th time. She's put the ball in play every single time. She takes strike 1.
That inside strike he's been calling all day. All day.
And you might disagree with it. I mean, we might, for that matter, but you can't complain about it because he's been calling it all day. That's the difference.
Both sides.
Yes. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Barely a miss. She clipped it. It's strike 2.
Oh, visibly, you can tell she's emotional. She's got a lot of emotions right now. Everything's running high.
Senior as well for Greenfield. It will be her last game, despite the outcome. 0-2 pitch. That's ball 1.
Good job to lay off that one. Finally, a mistake from Limatainen there. As the coach giving her signals to her catcher.
I mean, Limatainen, she has been near perfect in this game after that 1-run inning that Greenfield had. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be ball 2.
Nice eye. Wow. That just missed.
Wow.
Just missed.
I mean, from our angle, that looked like it was in the zone. I have to imagine it might have been a little outside.
Yes, so that's
just from our perspective. That's probably what it was.
Just outside. Real reality is if we were right behind the booth, like right behind the plate, we'd be able to tell where it is.
That's going to be popped up, going foul. Who's going to get it? And the catch is made.
Wow.
Hard to see from our angle, but it's Thornton who makes the grab. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Morigliano looks to the heavens, and Turner's Falls has a chance.
And I'd like to quickly thank our sponsor.
Yes.
Taylor Swift is playing here. Love me some T-Swizzle myself.
Speak for yourself.
I know. Anyways. Sometimes we have fun here at FCAT. There's always something, especially with me. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what comes out of my mouth. But anyways, Tom Albert, Nathan Smith here tonight. Again, executive producer Kevin Murphy on site today. 3 cameras from FCAT, 3 cameras for Turner's Falls. And our sponsors are Albert Hearing Services. They're located at 303 Riddell Street in Greenfield, Massachusetts. You can give my mom in her office a call at 413-774-0100. Again, 413-774-0100. As well as Holiday Pizza, the official pizza of FCAT Sports.
Did you say Terrazas?
Gilmore Federal Insurance, personal and commercial insurance they specialize. Terrazas at Greenfield Country Club, located in Greenfield. Sugarloaf Hair Studio, Bard Ceilings,
Zach's
and
Barbecue.
Zach's BBQ, baby.
Only the last one. All right, and we will be underway in just a few moments. All coming down to this, folks.
Bottom of the 7th as the crowd erupts, Mason, and the meeting at the mound in the hands of number 10, Addison Talbot.
She's had a bit of a rougher day today, 0 for 2 so far, struck out in her last at-bat. But when you get to the finals and when you're talking about these two teams, every single player is a threat at the plate in every aspect of the game. This is going to be for the championship. It's a tie game, bottom of the 7th. Leadoff hitter here for Turner's Falls. Talbot
Pop
makes
up.
contact, going into shallow right. The catch is made and 1 out is away.
That's what they need to do. 1 pitch, 1 out. Mason Immaculate on board.
This will be Amelia Galbraith, shortstop. She had Ivy Lopez run for her in the 5th inning when she had that huge single. So she's 1 for 2 today, or excuse me, double. Best chance to get on base,
Grounded.
and
Chopper.
she will!
We'll get
base
no,
hit.
it won't.
Good stop at second by Lowry, but not in time to stop the fast legs of Galbraith. And the coaches are waving off the pinch runner.
Galbraith, 2 for 3. Like you said, Mason, I mean, she had hit the left center field, and right there, a chopper just gets through. But it didn't go into the outfield. The second baseman grabbed it. So
it was just a slow enough ground ball to buy her time. Now it's the 9-spot hitter.
Just missed low.
Madison Haight taking ball 1. She's 0 for 2 today. She did her job nicely in her last at-bat where she sent the ball in play and advanced Lopez, who was the pinch runner before, to third. She didn't get to come home, but trying to put the ball in play here. She'll take strike 1 right at the numbers. There's 1 out away and a runner on first. Not in scoring position, but the walk-off run is at first for Turner's Falls. That's going to be ball 2 off the 1-1 delivery. Goes just about in the dirt.
Seeming to some sort of fatigue or something, you know, we just mentally, something's getting to her. I don't know what it is, but.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Never mind, Mason, I lied.
Wind picking up here in Amherst.
Storms are brewing. Will the Thunder take out the wave? I don't know. Will the wave capitalize? In the hands, though, right now, number 8 for the Thunder.
Here's the 2-2 to Haight. That's going to be high. It's a full count with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Huge pitch incoming.
If I was coaching, I would have moved to my closer.
They don't even think they have a
They
closer.
don't have a closer, Mason, so you have to rely on. They have
Scoreboard is back on.
Scoreboard's back up.
Runner on first, bottom of the 7th. It's a tie game. Payoff pitch. Struck her out. 2 outs are away. Haight devastated. Back to the dugout. It's the top of the order. There's 2 outs. And it's Mia Marigliano.
2 out, top of the order, Mason. Gotta dial in. Can't you do it? This would be a walk-off. This right here, you have a good hitter. She's been able to put it in play against Mullen. She had a double off the wall.
All you got to do is extend the inning. Bare minimum. Here's the pitch to Marigliano. She takes strike 1. And that was strikeout number 10 for Kenzie Pollen. Huge K late in the game, trying to give her team a chance in a potential top of the 8th, but she's got to get 1 more out. That's
going!
1.
Oh, the
Throw to
hesitation!
second, and she's safe.
Man. If LeMay didn't hesitate, she pump faked it for a second. She lost it for a second, Mason. Oh.
I mean,
calm down. Calm down.
Turner's has stolen base 5 times now on Madison LeMay. They have not been caught stealing once. Now the walk-off run at second in scoring position. Here's the 1-1. That's popped up. Foul. Down to her last strike is Marigliano. Looking back to her coach at third base, getting a signal. Now she signals over to the runner at second, back into the box.
I'd go high and inside or low and inside. Get her to chase somebody. Don't give her to the sweet spot outside. Don't miss if you're calling.
2 outs, runner on second. Here's the pitch.
Grab
That's
her.
going to be hard ground ball. Fielded at third. Throw. Oh, she's out.
She's out. She's just out. What a play, Mason.
Wow. Marigliano is distraught at first.
She's
Almost
so
a
mad.
devastating error by Farrell at first. She bobbled the throw. It was a low throw in the dirt. It skipped right in front of her glove, but she makes the out.
You called it, Mason.
On
We're
the
going to
5-3,
extras.
and we're going to extra
extras.
innings.
We're
Top of
going
the
to
8th is coming up next. Greenfield will be up to bat first, and their batters will start with Olivia LeMay, Kenzie Pollen, and then Gloria McDonald. Good chances here for Greenfield when we come back. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television, and there won't be a pitching change. It looked like there might have been for a moment there. But for Maddie Limatainen, the chance for Greenfield is going to be a lot of pressure on her. she waits in the circle for Morigliano to get her gear back on. And that will be another runner stranded by Turner's Falls. They've stranded 6 runners, all of them in scoring position this game. And when you talk about what ifs, I mean, that is certainly one of them. No runs scored in the bottom of the 7th for them off of 1 hit, no errors. And that runner on second left on base in Amelia Galbraith.
Hey, Maddie, here we go!
Now Morigliano ready to come onto the field. For Greenfield, there's hope. The throw down to second. We'll have the meeting in the circle. We'll be ready to go in just a moment here. Greenfield's dugout trying to get their fans riled up for Olivia LeMay.
As Mason is standing up now. Gotta. He's stretching.
Legs are getting a little sore.
Yeah, hey, I mean, I've been standing up, standing down. We're making it work. So.
I mean,
how's that phone cord doing?
Well, I don't have it charging right now. I think it'll last. I think it'll last. Tom's gonna help me out though. But here we are, top of the 8th. Gotta stand for extra innings. Lima Tynan delivering to LeMay. Gonna be a ball. As LeMay, we've seen her do that a few times now. Squatting down to shrink the strike zone a little bit. That one looked like it would have been a ball either way. It's a 1-0 count. That one is going to be fouled off. And I think the longest game we've seen, Tom, I think, no, because not necessarily for softball. I think the longest one we covered this year was a Frontier baseball game that went to 10.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, no.
I think.
Maybe I wasn't there.
Or no, 9. Maybe 9.
Was that it? I remember one game. You weren't there. It was at Greenfield. And when we were there, me, Alec, and Murphy, it was 6 hours.
I remember you telling me about that.
It was 4.5, and it was so late. I got home at like 10, 11. Jeez. And it went to 10 innings. It was a good game.
I don't see anything like that. You never know with these teams.
Hey, we got all day, so yeah.
Here's the 2-1. That one's going to be
Chopper,
chopped.
get through!
Okay. Third base and shortstop. The gap is still not closed for Turners. It has been the fault in the defense today for Turners. That gap on the third base side, Tom.
That's the gapper we talked about. We said move the
positions. You got to move your players around. You got to. I mean, that's twice now. And you're going to be kicking yourself up in the butt if Paulin hits a double or fly ball out to right field and out. In the hands of Kenzie Paulin.
Go ahead run on board at first. Kenzie Paulin up to bat. Swing and a miss for strike one at a low pitch. She took a good golf swing at that.
Just pulled her head there.
Yeah, she definitely did. Quick timeout here as Morigliano tying her shoe behind home plate. It's a tie game here. We've gone all the way to extras in the Division 5 softball state finals. Western Mass being represented by 2 star-studded teams. Greenfield and Turners giving us one hell of a final game, Tom. Here's the pitch. That one is going to be popped up, shallow left. Calling it is short, and the catch is made. Runner stays at first. Galbraith with the out. Gloria McDonald now up to bat. She is 0 for 2 so far today. Walked in the 4th inning and ended up coming home the only run in the game for Greenfield. One of just 2 runs in the full game for both teams. Now she steps into the box. Runner on first, Olivia LeMay.
As I'm getting some waves on my family.
That is strike one. No swing, and McDonald didn't like it one bit. We're seeing a bit of a bigger lead taken by Olivia LeMay at first.
I wouldn't take off, honestly. Don't.
I wouldn't either.
The catcher behind the plate, the senior, will gun you down.
Yeah, already caught one runner stealing. As that one's going to be
get
popped
back.
up. Limatinen grabs it, looks to first immediately, and there's 2 away.
What a game we have had on our hands today, Mason. What a game.
Now down in 22nd base, number 9, Grace Lowry.
Grace Lowry now coming to the plate with 2 outs. Go ahead run on first. This is where Turners was just a half inning ago with Mia Merigliano. Here's the pitch to Lowry. She takes strike 1.
I have an update of the Pioneer game.
Oh yeah, I've been thinking
Started
about that.
50 minutes late, 1-1 after 4 innings. They were in rain delay when they started.
Who are they playing against again?
I have no idea.
That's fair enough. Well, best of luck to them, Western Mass representation. Here's the 0-1. It's 0-2.
Amy Canyon seems to be still dialed in, even though she gave up a hit to LeMay.
When a hit like that happens, I feel like you end up not feeling too bad about it as a pitcher. That's more on your fielders. But here's the 0-2. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. That's high and outside for a ball. Short lead still being taken by LeMay. I don't think that she's going to go. Just trying to put a little mental pressure on Limatinen. Limatinen hasn't even glanced over at her once. Now she picks her pitch. Lowry back in the box. Here's the 1-2.
Low and away.
Got away from her.
Leave that one for the worms, as we said. Shout out to any Albert hearing Frontier boys that are listening. Probably not, but it's okay. Dylan Martin, you recognize that.
Oh, yeah.
D-Mart, D-Money. He caught. He was the best catcher.
2-2 on its way from Limatinen. That's ball 3. Dropped down. It dropped down. It was going to go in the zone. It dropped down just a little bit before the plate and fell out of the zone.
The fans are booing the ump now. Everybody's here today. Everybody.
Just about.
This is the game to
Well,
be.
here we go. 2 outs, runner on first. It's a full count. Payoff pitch on its way. And that's ball 4.
Ball 4. So what I was signaling to you, you could probably size, LeMay just takes off.
Yeah,
I mean, after 2 outs. It doesn't matter if it's base hit for 4.
Now,
Farrell.
runners on first and second for Greenfield. Carson Farrell, who is 2 for 3 today.
2-out rally, Mason. 2-out rally.
Wouldn't end the game here, but a lead would be crucial for Greenfield. They already led once in this game. She takes strike 1.
Just hits the outside of the plate.
Won the count, 2 outs away. Limatinen just walked Lowry on a full count. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Farrell in a crucial position right now.
And this is what happened with Lowry. She was behind on the count, 0-2, and she worked her way back all the way 4 balls to a walk. Here's the 0-2 with 2 outs from Limatinen. It's a huge pitch. She winds, delivers.
Oh,
she got her!
She chased that, Mason. Wow.
Big time K from a big time pitcher, number 7 from Maddie Limatinen in the 8th inning. And we're going to the bottom of the inning. Turners can walk it off. We're still tied in the bottom of the 8th.
This is the game, Mason, and let's let things settle down a little and we'll go and take a break here. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 8th action.
pitcher. Number 5 against number 5. Kenzie Paulin going to be pitching to Maddie Limatainen. She's 0 for 3 so far today. Struck out on a full count delivery in her last at-bat in the 6th inning. Now she's the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 8th, and she takes ball 1 on the first pitch she sees. Plenty of advice and jabs coming from all corners of the stadium. 1-0 the count. That's a great shot. It's going in the left, and it's foul. He has almost done that a few times now, Tom. He just came back. She almost homered. Foul ball on the left field side. We've seen that happen a couple times now.
Hey, if you're Paulin, you know to pitch it inside to her now. That's what you got to know. You got to pitch it inside. You can't give her anything at the point of the bat at the end of it.
1-1 count. That one's going to be well outside.
Yep, she's careful. She doesn't want to pitch to her because a home run will be a walk-off home run.
Yeah.
You can't let that happen. Not here, not now.
Paulin with 10 strikeouts on the day. That's ball 3.
You can tell she's being careful.
Maybe a little nervous after that deep shot.
I mean, we've seen it.
You can't blame her.
I would be terrified. I would be like, I'm not doing this, not at the state tournament.
Oh. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4.
Pinch runner. What's going to happen?
You got to expect it.
I'm running out of stuff on my sheet because I wrote it too big. Deep breath. Here comes a coach.
Looks like we might not be getting a pitch.
Oh, wow.
I don't think so.
So, I don't know. I mean, interesting call, but no outs. Runner on first.
That's a walk-off run right there at first in Maddie Limatainen. Abarua had that big hit, the walk-off to get them to this game today. Now she takes ball 1 in her 8th inning at bat. She had a single in her last at bat, and she is 2 for 3 so far today. This is her 4th at bat against Kenzie Paulin. The game goes much longer. Showing bunt, Tom. Now she pulls back.
Oh, she's
Runner
done.
going to second.
She's gone. No.
She's safe.
No.
She's safe. The ball was bobbled. It was another short throw from LeMay. What a great call from the Turners Falls coaches. That was a thing of beauty, Tom.
That was like a delayed steal. They knew LeMay was throwing it down to second. And Limatainen still took off and stole.
And they drew the attention to home plate with the fake bunt. Now the walk-off run at second. Papa, it's going to stay fair.
Make the play.
He got the out in foul territory.
Bacala comes in and nabs that one, and that's 1 gone, 1 erased. Now you got to get 2 more. Do not pitch number 12. Be careful where you're pitching, Colin.
Janelle Massey.
She'll get us for a ride.
This is where you want to be if you're Turners Falls. This is exactly where you want to be. Janelle Massey gave them the tie game. And they're intentionally walking her.
Yep.
You saw that coming a mile away. I was actually just going to say that.
That's a smart decision because guess what? That puts an out at third and an out at home virtually. You have Limatainen, you're going to have to throw out from the outfield. This is very interesting. A crucial at-bat here from number 16, Autumn Thornton.
Runners at first and second. There's 1 out. That's ball 1. Oh, the pitch was dropped, and Limatainen was about a third of the way to third base.
LeMay will have the easier throw to third, though.
Yeah, you can't expect a steal unless there's a pass ball. And at that point, it isn't a steal and just a pass ball. Here's the 1-0. That
Ball.
one is going to be sent
That-
into shallow
That will
center.
not drop. She's going to
And
take off though,
God,
Mason.
tagging up, runner at third.
That's fine. You know why that's fine, Mason? Because there's 2 outs. The winning run is at third base, yes.
No, she's out.
She left early! She left early! Oh my goodness! She left early! She left before it was caught! She left, it was caught!
Oh, that
She
must
left
have been
early.
marginal. It looked like
That
she
is
did.
huge!
It must have been such a small dip. It looked like she had waited. She was waiting until the catch was made.
Let there be life for Greenfield. That is
Wow.
insane, Mason. Insane. We go to the top of the 9th. Woo! And now the
I've
motions.
never seen.
There's stuff we've never seen before, Matt Mason. Stuff we've never seen. And it comes down to this state tournament. And that play right there, I think will decide the game as we get further and further along, Mason. Because all the energy now is in the hands of the Wave. The Lady Wave to take this one. But let's take a quick break. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Frontier Community Access Television. Well, believe it or not, it's the top of the 9th. Controversial call to end the 8th inning there. I'll definitely enjoy going back and watching that one because I stand by what I said. I think, you know, you'll at the end of the day, you got to agree with the umpires, but I think that it must have been so close when she left.
Yeah. But, you know, we don't know. I mean, I
No,
don't know.
I
You
didn't-
don't know.
I-
Nobody knows.
It looked like she had tagged up, but umpire was right there. So we're here in the top of the 9th. Greenfield with another chance. Bottom of the order. Rakowitz takes ball 1. I don't think that we've covered a game this year, softball or baseball, that has gone past the 9th inning.
No, we have not. And we're likely to see that unless a run scores here. Nice catch by Mason. He's got the Nikes on his feet, walking down the street.
1-1 is the count now after the foul tip into the backstop by Rakowitz. She's 1 for 3 so far today, had a single back in the 4th inning and struck out the other 2 times. Now she cracks that one over the backstop, behind in the count 1-2. Getting some advice from her coaches. Now back into the batter's box. Here's the delivery. That's going to be popped up.
Gotta play. Battle. Gotta battle.
Rakowitz still with a 1-2 count. She's the first batter up, so no outs away with the leadoff hitter. On deck is Madison LeMay, the catcher. Here's the 1-2 again. Strike 3 on the off speed. Beauty of a pitch from Maddie Lee-Matainen. And she's got 9 strikeouts now, creeping back up on Kenzie Paulin, who still has 10.
Is that a K looking or swing?
Looking. Beauty of an off speed. And now, Madison LeMay, Bianca Reynolds waiting on deck. 1 out away. LeMay is 0 for 3 so far today.
Oh,
He sends that in play. And the catch is made from her knees.
Wow, what a spectacular play. This is the best game I've ever seen in my entire life, Mason. Oh,
Tatum.
We've
covered a lot.
We've covered a lot. It's one of the. It's as it goes on, it's getting better and better.
I mean, I can say this is the best state final I've seen because this is the first one that I've called.
Oh, really?
Yes. No, I have first state final I've called.
Okay. That's it. Hey, first and won't be your last.
Well, here's 2 outs. Limatainen coming back onto the strike. Bianca Reynolds at the plate, takes ball 1 as it drifts outside.
Again, bottom of the order coming up, Mason. It's that whole, you go through the order again, and now the Wave need to get back to the top. And then the game resets at that point because you have the call.
The difference for me is Turner's Falls, bottom of the order, has been more productive with their bats than Greenfield's has. That is strike 1.
Well, there's a reason that Turner's has beaten them twice this year. But this is the game that matters. Those other two don't.
Yeah.
Respectfully, those two don't matter.
Yeah. They got them the league title, got Turner's the league title, but they would take a state title over the league title, because that's inside.
She was
jumped
holy
at her.
crap.
Yeah. That one definitely moved inside as it was coming at her, so scarier pitch to face down, to say the least, as she jumped out of the box. It's a 2-1 count, 2 outs away, no one on base for Greenfield here at the bottom of the order. That is strike 2.
Inside, he's been calling it all night.
Yeah.
Jason. All night. We've talked about it. We've talked about it. We really have. This is, it is what it is.
Because it's like, you got to respect the umpire for doing it. He has his strike zone, and he's sticking to it the whole game for both teams. Here's the 2-2. No one on base, top of the 9th. Strike 3, looking! That's number 10 for Limatainen. And we're going to the bottom of the 9th, where they get another chance at the title. That's a big comeback right there for Limatainen, Tom, after being the 3rd out in what looked to be the inning where they were going to get that run and walk it off. She ended up being the 3rd out off of a miscalculation on the base running, and now she comes back, gets 2 Ks looking, and goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th against Greenfield.
This is a huge opportunity. Will Pollen win this? The battle for the ages, as we've called it. Will Pollen come out on top of the Wave and sail off to Merrimack, or will Limatainen get the win for her Thunder? I don't know where, I can't remember where she committed to.
I can't remember either, but I was thinking of it.
You know, this is a game that I just have enjoyed. To be
thoroughly.
honest. This is just...
There's been everything in this game. Only thing it's missing is a home run, Tom.
But there would have been. There would have been.
Probably, yeah,
There would've
probably.
been. There
Probably.
would've been.
I mean, there were 2 that could have been, but were foul, and then there was that one by Merigliano. That probably, it definitely would have been. Like, I mean, like if that was at Frontiers Field,
gone.
totally gone. Totally gone.
No question. I don't know our specs of our field, but I can tell you.
Yeah,
it's
like
pretty,
the feet and everything, yeah.
I don't know, but they need a new fence anyways.
That's for sure. After Addie Healy broke it, diving.
Diving.
You remember that?
Oh,
was it on
my
senior night?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, that was crazy. She had it in her glove. She did. She had it. We have the picture of her catching it like that.
And then when she hit the ground, she dropped it. It's a tough game,
Hey,
but
hey,
good season.
great
season.
Great
season. Great season. Coming in 3rd in that league to behind both of these teams. So nothing to be ashamed of for the Red Hawks. And it's Madison Dietz up to bat here. She go bunt. That was a nice move that she had to lay down the bunt. Really walked right into it. But I was going to say, Tom, she has had 3 at-bats. She struck out every time so far. She has been the weak spot for the Thunder in the batting order today. Just really struggled against a great pitcher in Paul.
Hey, you strike out 3 times, keep moving forward. That's what I did. New battle. Just trying.
And that's a great job pulling back on the bunt. Possession stand.
I think I'll get something, man.
He's leaving the game. All right. Tom will be back. It's a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch, show and bunt again, and she did not go. Home plate umpire took his time thinking about it, and it's ball 2. She didn't go. It looked like it might have hit her bat. It was close. Definitely a messier call, a messier situation they could call it, I should say. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Show and bunt again. She did go that time. That's strike 2. On deck is Addison Talbot, who herself is also 0 for 3 today. Madison Dietz facing a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and she will be out. Third strike wasn't caught, but that's her 4th at-bat and her 4th strikeout. Certainly been a tough day for her, but no shame against Kenzie Paulin. As we've said many times, one of the premier pitchers of the Division V softball. So that's going to be ball 1 to Addison Talbot. And Tom is coming back now. And Tom, it was the 4th strikeout of the day on Madison Dietz after a hard-fought battle, and she ended up getting thrown out at first on a drop third strike.
Oh, nice.
So, good little battle for her.
Yeah. We haven't seen that all day.
That's going to be a base hit into center field. And she's going to stay at first. Good life here in the bottom of the 9th for the Thunder.
The Thunder. What's Chickhead's thing? What are you doing? Or whatever.
Oh, from the cars. I forget what he does.
Big Queen is. Call it. We need a light.
We do.
Maybe Pioneer can change the lighting.
Well, this is the spot where you want to be in if you're Turners. Walk-off run on first. Galbraith at the plate. She takes ball 1, and Galbraith has got on base her last 2 at-bats. She's had 3 so far. Flew out to second in her first at-bat. Had a big double and then a single in the at-bats after that. Now in the bottom of the 9th, she could bat in a run. She takes strike 1 just above her knees. Good pitch there from Paulin.
Wheeling and dealing, Mason. Wheeling and dealing.
So, Tom, goes the hot dogs, I'm presuming?
Yes. Gotta spend my FCAP money somewhere.
Yeah. That was strikeout number 11 against Dietz for Paulin. And the runner was going, but it's a foul ball.
So, now with the 1-2 count, right? I'm not gonna, if I'm coach, I'm not gonna send my runner. No. Want to know what? Well, or you do, and she's got to swing. She's got to swing and throw off LeMay.
Yeah.
Because we've seen LeMay struggle.
It's a gamble. Could end up being a double play if they deal it wrong. But here is the 1-2. Runner's going. It's going to be popped
Mason.
up. Oh! Going to be made.
Spoken into existence, Mason.
Great play by Grace Lowry. Barrel at first gets the 3rd out on the double play.
We're going to the 10th.
Wow, longest game that we have covered
In a long while.
in a long time.
Since that Greenfield game last year.
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago. I don't know. Done too many. Let's go take a break, Mason.
So despite the hit, in the 9th inning, both teams only have 3 batters make appearances at the plate. 1, 2, and 3 for both teams. With only 3 batters showing up. So when we come back, it'll be the top of the 10th, still tied 1-1 in the state final here at UMass Amherst. They're going to speed up the warm-ups a little bit. Maddie Limatinen shaking her head a little. We'll be right back. You're watching Frontier Community Access Television. back to Frontier Community Access Television. You're not going to believe it, folks, but it's the 10th inning. Here for Greenfield, very top of the order, Anna Bucala. We're going to have the 1, 2, and 3 hitters in the batting order for Greenfield in the top of the 10th. Big test for Lima Tynan after a long day, and she pitches ball 1 to Bucala on her first delivery to her in her 5th at-bat, Tom. 5th at-bat.
Who's going to make this game go out longer, and who's going to win? I mean, who's going to win this game, Mason? I just don't know at this point.
That's going to be strike 1 as it was fouled over the backstop. Not a lot being put in play as well, Tom. There's been a lot of efficient pitching late in the game here. A lot of late game strikeouts, and it's going against everything we've talked about, where you usually are going to see more balls in play later in the game. The pitchers have just stepped up their game.
But this is what I'm also talking about. Now we're in the 10th. How long can these pitchers go?
Exactly.
How long can they go?
I think that's the big question mark hanging over these teams' head. Who can be more efficient in the circle and last longer and give their team a better chance? Here's Lima Tynan.
That might be
foul.
caught.
No, won't be caught. Drifted a little too far to the right, but it's strike 2. 2-2 the count for the leadoff hitter for Greenfield.
Just put it in play. Here we go. But don't just put it in play at this point. You have to find the holes. See now, look at the huge. Look at how the position outfielders are.
Yeah.
Bucala's got to now get it, put it in left field or left center field.
Or find that gap between third base and shortstop. Again, that's a pretty sure bet at this point in the game. That's going to be ball 3. We got a full count in the top of the 10th.
And Greenfield, they have to score.
They do.
They have to.
They do, because Turner's Falls has been knocking on the door for both innings of both of the extra innings so far, more than Greenfield has. Here's the payoff pitch.
Oh,
That's
ball
ball 4.
That's ball 4. That's a huge at-bat by Bucala. Runners on base is at this point of the game, Mason, is the most important.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to put my 5th at bat, Mason. I'm putting it next to where I have them.
Now this is Olivia LeMay. This is also her 5th at bat. Has gotten a single in the past 2 at bats against Lima Tynan. She takes strike 1. Again, that was a high pitch, but again, LeMay squatting down to try and shrink the strike zone. She's done that virtually every at-bat now, Tom. And I think that you probably understand that it's not going to work for you if the umpire keeps calling it a strike.
LeMay is 2 for 4, I believe.
That one's going to be popped up.
That's not going to drop, I don't think. No.
Third base has it. Runner stays at first. One away.
You got at this point, you got to stop popping things up. The only way to do it is on the ground or let's drive. I mean, all you have to do, you know.
No, you're absolutely right, Tom. I mean, Greenfield's been getting underneath the ball way too much in this game.
It's killing them. It really is.
Well, this is Kenzie Paulin, who is 1 for 4 today so far. Takes ball 1 outside. Last hit that she had was all the way back in the 4th inning. And that was a single through that gap at short. That
inside caught the edge of the zone. Paulin not happy with the calling, but he's been calling it all night, Miss.
Yeah.
He's been calling
every single at bat for every pitch that has ended up in that area, that's going to be called a strike for both teams. It doesn't matter. I mean, he's been calling it that way all game. Yep. Well, it counts 1-1. 1 out. Runner on first.
Grounder.
That's going to be a hard grab. Oh! Shortstop gap again. Runners stay at first and second. Greenfield in a great position.
Paulin coming up in a crucial part of the game from a walk from Bucala.
Holland puts it in play.
Now we're having a pinch runner coming in. Number 13 for Greenfield is going to be pinch running for Pollen at first. And it's going to be Gloria McDonald up to bat again. She's 0 for 3 so far today. Walked all the way back in the 4th inning. As we said before, last time we saw her in the 8th inning. She is the only run for Greenfield so far today.
That was a nice snap.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome. I'm trying to help you somewhere.
Runners on first and second, just one out.
Oh, no,
that one's
that's
going to
a
be
blooper.
popped up and caught at first. Good job by Massey to get around the runner at first. Who I don't have the reserves written down. Number 13, Tom, do you have her? Oh, no, wait, I thought I saw 13. For Greenfield?
Kaden Vinicki.
Go with that.
Or Vanique.
And they're going to call time here. Oh, we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Or at the circle, excuse me. This could be interesting. You can't imagine. I mean, I don't know how the pitch count would apply in this game. It's the last game of the season.
I don't think it does.
Right? I feel like it wouldn't. It's purely with the coaches. To me, that makes the most sense, right? But what I would bet this is just a mound visit from the coach, try and talk his team up a little bit, say, hey, we got a runner in scoring position, but we have 2 outs on them. You got Grace Lowry coming up. You struck her out 3 times of the 4 times you faced her. The only thing that went wrong was you walked her 1 time in your last at-bat facing her, and that was a full count walk. Strike her out, get her out somehow, and cover up that shortstop gap. You can see that Galbraith has moved.
They moved. Finally. I mean, you noticed it a while ago, but now number 9, it's in the hands of Grace Lowry. Here we go. Put it up the middle. That's what you got to do.
That's going to be ball 1, high.
And wait for your pitch.
That's the important thing.
Wait, because the longer this game goes on, the longer these counts go on, someone's going to give a miss pitch.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't seen a wild pitch yet in this game. That is strike 1. Looked like she might have nicked her bat.
Really,
but
sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah.
It's good catch behind the plate.
That's true.
We've seen it on both.
We've seen a couple pitches go pretty far off the plate, but it's been good stops. Yeah, that's a good point. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. That's ball 2.
The ambulance still making noise.
Yeah. I want to say that's a Turner's fan, because I think it's like above us, and we're on the Turner side of the stands. Limatinen behind in the count, 2-1. There's 2 outs, trying to get out of this inning. That's fouled back, and not into the parking lot, almost. Now it's 2-2.
2-2-2. 2 outs in a 1-1 game. This is a pivotal moment of the game right here. Grace Lowry got to be swinging at anything close. Doesn't matter where, if it's in, especially if it's inside.
Huge pitch for Limatinen on the way. Strike 3, swinging, got her. Woo.
They get out of it. Now can the Turners, Thunder, make something happen as they have been the past couple innings?
I'll tell you something, Tom. If they didn't have as good of a pitcher as Maddie Limatinen, Turner's Falls would have lost this game a long time ago. Greenfield is just such a strong team with hitting, and it doesn't look that way in this game. That is how good she is. And I mean, we talked so much about how great some of the pitching from Frontier is. Greenfield dropped, 14 on Frontier in one game?
Yeah.
14 runs, and they're being held to a single run by one girl.
One girl?
That, to put that in perspective for you, if you're watching this, that is how good Maddie Limatinen is. And same goes for Kenzie Pollen as well. But the point that I was making with Maddie Limatinen is Turner's Falls just has not been able to bring their runs home.
No.
They've left, you can count them. They've left 6 runners stranded. Every single one in scoring position. You turn that into a run scored, all of a sudden it's 7-1. And, I mean, that's neglecting what could have happened with runners left in scoring position for Greenfield. But, you know, my point stands where runners are getting stranded on base by both teams, but especially for Turners Falls, they're lucky that they're getting bailed out right now. And so they're going to be starting at the bottom of the order for them. Madison Haight, the DH, leading off, and then we'll see Morigliano, the catcher, and Lima Tynan here in the bottom of the 10th. Two runners stranded there. Again, only one hit. No errors there. And as much as, I mean, honestly, the amount of hits that we've seen in this game has kind of reflected the amount of runs. It has been a decent amount of hits, but still, the most hits that we've seen in one inning in this game has been 3, Tom. 3 hits in 1 inning. And that was in the inning where Greenfield scored their 1 run. Another chance for Turners Falls to walk this thing off. It's their 3rd chance. As we're in the bottom of the 10th, could start with Madison Haight. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That was a good take.
These pitchers, you go back in time, you look at the game, okay, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. This is, Holland was a 7th or 8th grader when she started.
Yeah.
I'm sure with Maddie, same kind of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they're so good. That's why they're so good.
Exactly. I mean, that's what Raina Wozni,
Oh, yeah.
or Wanzi, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's what she's going to become. She's going to become that kind of a pitcher, definitely.
Mean, the thing, we were the 21st seed, and we made it all the way to the Final Four against the 1 seed Greenfield. Lost that game, 11-1. We broke up the no-hitter and shut out in the 7th. It was actually Sophia Pinardi who broke the no-hitter, and then, you know, that's just game I'll never forget. You know, this game,
absolutely.
I'll never forget. I won't remember every moment, of course.
Sure.
But
it's a little hard to if it goes this long.
I mean, you know, this is just an incredible performance from both pitchers.
Absolutely. Swing and a miss. It's strike 2. 2-2 is the count against Madison Haight. And she's 0 for 3 so far in the game right now. And, I mean, Turners Falls, I don't think, has been getting as many hits as Greenfield has, but they've been a little more efficient with their scoring, I suppose you could say, because they aren't looking at their 5th at-bats yet. But here's the 2-2. That's going to be a ground ball. Stays fair. Going to be a play at first. She's out. Good job putting the ball in play, at least. She struggled to do that this game. But the first out is away, Tom. Now we're to the top of the order. It's Mia Morigliano. Almost sent it over the wall earlier today, all the way back in, believe it or not, the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
Seems like that was yesterday.
It really does. This is a D5 state final that you want to be at.
Yeah. Here's the pitch to Morigliano. She takes ball 1.
All night you've been calling that. That's the first time we haven't seen it.
I was going to say, I haven't seen it. I thought for sure that was going to be a strike.
It's great. I actually can't believe that, but I guess he noticed. Figured it out.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
That's going to be a hard ground ball, fielded by short, throw to first in time. That's 2 away. Good fielding from Greenfield.
Greenfield seems to be more dialed in as we go later in this game.
Yeah.
They're looking more like Turners did. Don't pitch them. I'd honestly just walk her. Why not?
Maybe.
Just walk her.
Maybe.
Send her to first. Don't deal with her.
We already saw 1 intentional walk in this game, and that worked out for Greenfield on Janelle Massey, but
Don't pitch to her. Palm.
Lima Tynan,
Inside. That's it.
she's a heavy hitter if she can make contact.
Inside and high.
Ooh.
She says,
That's
get
gonna
off
be
the
ball
plate.
1.
She says, get off my plate.
2 outs away for Lima Tynan. 1-0 the count after an inside ball.
Are you ever going home, Mason? I don't know.
I'm starting to wonder.
Maybe we'll see the 11th.
That's going to be strike 1.
Holland's not afraid to pitch to her. She just knows where to put the ball.
1-1 the count now. The mano-a-mano matchup. That's going to be ball 2. Good stop there by LeMay behind home plate. It's 2-1. Matainen 2 innings ago was the 3rd out in the bottom of the 8th when she didn't tag up in time on a fly ball to center field. Now she could be the 3rd out in the top of the 10th, but
3-1.
it's a good eye. She's ahead in the count.
She's not. She pitched 1 strike to her that was rolling outside. That's it.
I mean,
She doesn't want. You got to be careful.
you do. You do.
You got to be careful.
She hasn't gotten on base. Matainen hasn't gotten on base today with a hit. She walked in her last at bat, but she knows she's a heavy hitter.
Yep.
That's going to be
Didn't
ball
pitch
4.
Did not pitch to her base.
So on back-to-back at-bats, she walks on a 4-1 count. And it's Marilyn Abarua. She's been a little bit more successful than Matainen on the bat today. She's hit 2 singles and has gotten out in play 2 times. So she's 2 for 4 so far today, and she represents the 1 run scored by Turner's Falls. Swing and a miss. Woo! Good pitch from Paulin.
As the crowd just keeps inching and inching closer to us.
Everyone anxious to see how this game is going to end.
I mean, I want to know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Just as much as you do. You know, or any of them. Anyone does.
Matainen at first. She represents the walk-off run. Swing and a miss.
Oh,
Matainen going to
oh
second.
my
It's a
God.
bad throw again. It gets by Bucala at short. LeMay, I just
Eat it at that point. Just eat it. You're not going to be able to throw it.
I don't really know what else to say. She hasn't really made like a well-placed throw. One.
That's it.
One well-placed throw
That's
in
it.
the whole game
And
today.
they didn't even,
now,
the shortstop didn't even catch it. Maybe she's saying interference. So that's what that conversation.
Okay.
Maybe
Maybe,
saying no. Because realistically, the catcher has the right of way. If you're standing in the box, you have to get out of the box.
Yeah.
You do. You
no,
actually do.
that's the rule. But here we go. There's a runner now in scoring position for Abarua. 2 outs away, and it's an 0-2 count against her. Paulin winds, delivers, and she stays alive on a foul tip.
BG, stay alive. Stay alive. Mason definitely seems still to be a little bit under the weather, but you have recovered from the last time I saw you.
Yeah, I definitely sound much better. Getting a little windy here at Sortino Field in Amherst. Here's the 0-2 again. That's fouled off again.
But now this is the 5th bat and incoming. Paulin is not afraid to throw from the percent.
No, I mean, all she needs is to connect and send him to play 1 time. She's hit 2 singles in the game so far, like we said, and she hit the walk-off single to get Turner's to this game today. We've said it 3 times now. She could do it for the championship title.
6th pitch of the at-bat.
This is a huge battle, Tom. I mean, Abarua has nothing going for her except the contact that she's getting to maybe put it in play and get on base.
Here's what I would throw. Throw a knuckleball. Because I'm telling you, I have a mean knuckleball. Not even mine. Like, it's crazy. Now, I can't throw it perfect every time, but it just goes.
0-2 once again from Paulin. That one's going to be fouled between her legs this time. Abarua is doing a fantastic job. She's down 0-2 in the count. There's virtually no glimmer of hope for her getting a walk to get on base. She has to hit the ball.
I would do if I was wrong for a high inside.
She probably will.
No arm.
Matainen on second, 2 outs, 0-2 again. Turner's Turners Falls is back-to-back champions. Lima Tynan's in tears.
Are you kidding?
Holland and Greenfield are stunned at the circle. In the bottom of the 10.
Oh, 2 count, she rips it.
She got contact on, I think it might have been 5 pitches right in a row, and Abarua walks it off for the Thunder.
Nope, no. Go that way. Watch out. Say, Mom, move. Move.
And for back-to-back years, they are state champions.
You're not.
And you gotta respect the battle.
Oh, yeah.
Undeniable. Perfect. Same with virtually.
Yeah.
Other than, and Limatanian was the one that got the best of her. She went pitch to her, that's it.
Yeah, and the winning run ended up being the walk that Colin led up on Lima Tynans.
The pitcher versus pitcher, mano basically, like we said, it's very what a way Turners Falls to win that one. Honestly, got the fight they put up against this incredible Thunder team.
Absolutely.
The trifecta.
This was the matchup we wanted. And you gotta feel, like you said, for Kenzie Bond and so many other Greenfield players who played so hard, played so well, and just barely, and we're talking about a margin of inches in some ways, could not come out on top. 10 innings it took for this game to be decided.
2 outs, 0-2 count. She was swinging at everything. And what a day it has been. Let's close this one out.
We'll keep the cameras rolling for the trophy presentations. A huge congratulations to Turners Falls, Division 5 back-to-back champions. Another trophy to add to their case when they get back to Turners Falls. The dynasty continues for them, and for Greenfield, a well-fought battle, hard-fought battle. They will come, as they have for just about this whole year, second only to Turners Falls. And it's a lot of tears from both sides of the field as the medals are awarded. The seniors take it all in with their last game, for many of them, of their careers, if they won't be going on into college. And that will be a much... Oh, that's a good little...
I'll be gone.
Yeah. And that's a much better way to end a career here at FCAT than a tough loss to Hampshire, I'll say that. So, Turners Falls walking away with their second state title in 2 years. I've been Mason Smith here with Tom Albert and Kevin Murphy. And we'll turn it over to the trophy presentation now. You've been watching Frontier, Community Access Television. Until next year, folks, have a great summer.
At this time, Assistant Tournament Director Michael Chesky will present the Division 5 State Championship Trophy. to the Church Falls Thunder. On the field, if you take pictures here, that would be great. Kids are up.
No, there isn't. Everybody's going home. Got it.